a big hole because Johnny Depp, he's like, I recognize those goddamn cannons, and he looks outside his little window shade, he's like, it's the pearl, it's the black pearl, and his fellow inmates in the next cell, he's like, oh, the black pearl, I heard she was preying on ships from Spain for the last 10 years, no survivors, and Johnny Depp says, how have you heard these stories if there's been no survivors? And the guy goes, that's a good point. He starts fucking laughing. It's like it's just hearsay, it's just legends and all that shit. And eventually keep watching. Big fucking hole is hello. I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
Pirates of the Caribbean, the curse of the Black Pearl.
I may have deserved that.
But now, my friends, let's go ahead and get back to this review. I am reviewing, chat, Pirates of the Caribbean, the curse of the Black Pearl. Now, typically for these reviews, chat, I like to ask you a very important question. That question being, how many of you have seen this movie, chat? Pirates of the Caribbean, the curse of the Black Pearl. I'm very curious. I saw this, White Tom. Glee, thank you for the 100 biddies. Just in time indeed, Glee. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Glee says, and me. It's all good, man. I hope you're doing very well. Good to see you in here. Trying to do the entire Simpsons season review. That's a lot. That's a lot of content there. Oh, thank you. CDR Spock says, yes. DK Alex, seen it. Alex Manal, yes. Because there's many times. Yeah, same. Cassie many times. A lot of you. I'm getting the sense probably most of you have seen this. Oh, look at this. Never mind. Because you're never seen any of these films. Haven't been on the ride either. Tuto, I have heard of it, but I don't remember shit from this movie. Okay, so interesting. We do have some people most that have seen it, but some who do not. That's interesting. Adman, I've seen it. Nerdy Goosey, thanks for giving some. Oh no, you're good, Nerdy Goosey. No, happy to have you. No apologies necessary. Hope you're enjoying yourself so far. Hamilton Burger says, I have the DVD, still holds up. I agree, Glee. No, it does. So maybe I've seen it. We had 12 films first. Pirates is the best. Agreed. 100%. Much like you guys, obviously I've seen this film. I've seen this film many times. I remember, this is how old I am, chat. They were still doing VHS tapes of movies back in like 2003, 2004, and I owned the VHS for Pirates. That's how old this movie is, of Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, because the movie came out in 2003, so they were still producing VHSs when they started, like, DVDs, like, really started to be popular, and they're starting to very much phase out VHS, but I still had it. I still own the VHS for that movie. And, like, so many people that saw this film, like, it's weird. I've only been taken to Disney World once in my life, chat. Only one time. Like, the other amusement parks I've been to, like, Universal Studios and, like, Six Flags and shit like that. But I've only been taken to Disney World once, and my parents took me at an age where I don't know what the fuck's going on. I remember, I told the story before, but we went there, and I was so young. I just remember it was the off season, so it was cold still. It was like 40 degrees, and we had I was still in a stroller. That's how young I was. I was still in a stroller, and I had like this Mickey Mouse. I remember like wearing a Mickey Mouse sweater, like a gray Mickey Mouse with sweater with Mickey's face on it. But the only thing I remember, chat, is when my father became deathly ill with food poisoning, and that's the only memory I have of that time. In Disney World. And so I think it was like the second day we were there, and he was just deathly ill with food poisoning. That's fucking it. So that is my memory, chat, of Disney, which I feel like is a lot of people's memories of Disney World. It's like you go to these parks, like, oh, it's so fun, but you're waiting in fucking line for, 2.5 hours to go on a ride once. And, you're paying like $25 for a goddamn cup of beer. It's like, the fuck is going on here? It's crazy. Like, if I ever do Disney World again, it would have to be like, I'm going to get that full fucking pass so I can go on the rides multiple times. Don't have to fucking wait in line very long. I'm doing the whole shebang that way. That's the only way I'm experiencing. I ain't waiting no fucking line 2.5 goddamn hours going at once. And I enjoy myself because all these fucking screaming kids and babies are there too. It's like, I ain't doing that. And rude people. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right. But that's the only fucking memory. And so I think we did go. My parents told me, oh yeah, we went to the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I remember nothing about it. And that's kind of what the point of the story is. Like, I remember nothing about it. And maybe I remember, like, there's, like, flashes of Pirates of the Caribbean, like, going inside there and seeing some of the animatronics, like a waterfall at one point. But that's it. I didn't remember. And when this movie was announced, when it was coming out, when I saw the trailers, I had no idea that this was actually big. Because I was stupid. I was a stupid little kid, Chad. I'm not smart. I'm dumb. I'm dumb like everybody says. And so I had no idea that this was actually based off of Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean ride. I just didn't know. That's because I just didn't really have a lot of exposure to Disney as theme parks. I love Disney. I was watching Disney. I just didn't know it was them. I guess I knew they were making it maybe, but I didn't know they were the ones behind it. And it's weird because when I saw the trailers, I thought, oh, this looks so cool. It kind of, it reminded me a little bit of something like Indiana Jones, like kind of like a, like a rogue-esque hero, swashbuckling event, like literally swashbuckling adventure going off and, finding this ancient artifact or these people who are cursed. Like it is some of the same elements as something like Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, it does. That's how I kind of looked in my mind. I'd already seen Indiana Jones, the trilogy and stuff. I was like, oh, this looks like this. This is cool. And so I saw the movie and loved it. It wasn't until like years later, Chad, like maybe around the time when the next movie was coming out, that I learned that apparently people were like, oh, you're making a Pirates of the Caribbean movie based on the ride, which I mean, when you think about it, chat, when you hear like you're going to make a movie based on a theme park ride, that sounds stupid. It does. Like, I totally understand that. I totally get that. And I just didn't know at the time that it was based on a ride. And people had this movie pegged that it was going to be a commercial and critical disaster, chat, for Disney. Josh with the 3 gifted subs. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you. Congratulations, Ronnie. Congratulations, Don't Say War Crimes and Gold Dude 400. Mr. Seventh Facade, thank you so much for your generosity. Welcome to stream. How you doing, good sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Night Day Nick, welcome to stream. Dumb idea, great execution. Exactly. Like, I can understand people with that. No, this is stupid that you're making a movie based on a theme park. It's like, we've gotten this low. That's what we're doing right now. It's that corporatized that we're making movies off of rides. It sounds ridiculous. I totally understand that. I totally understand that. Thank you again, Josh, for those 3 gifted subs. You guys have been very kind of the gifted subs tonight. 15 subs today. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Jarvis said they go 5 minutes. I'm back. Let's see. I love this movie. Seen it many times. 2 kid actors for Will and Elizabeth look nothing like their older. No, they do not. That's one of the things I'm going to mention. Actually, you got to. You got there before I did. But then when I kind of get back to what I was saying. So when the movie, when I was like, it was a few years, like when the new movie was coming out, like Dead Man's Chest, which I do not like, but that's what I learned about all this stuff, chat. And people had this movie pegged that it was going to be a critical and commercial failure, and Disney was going to lose all this money. They were saying it was going to be, of course, these are the same people that that said that Titanic was going to be a failure, and Avatar was going to be a failure, etc., etc. And then of course, the movie came out. Audiences fucking loved it. It was huge. It was like it was a big budget. Let me see what the budget on this thing was. What, 120 million? $140 million. Shit, made 654.3 million worldwide. In its first month, I read this, shit. In its first month on DVD, it made $250 million. It's like, holy shit. Really goes to show you that some of these films really make a lot of their money afterwards, too. $250 million on DVD in its first goddamn month. And that's not never including the box office figure shit, but that's pretty goddamn impressive. Judas, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Respark. And Night Day Nick, think of the 5 biddies. People don't know shit until after. Exactly. But you know what's interesting? The movie's a huge success. Johnny Depp, who people were saying like he's so ill cast as this character, because you got to remember, chat, before Johnny Depp did a lot of these big films. What? Josh, the 200 biddies. My condition is in. Thank you for your generosity. See, before they did, I'm doing well, Ronnie. How are you? Hope you're having a very nice evening. Talking about my experience with the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, at least with the first film. But as I was saying, chat. So for like when this made $250 million like on DVD, so a huge commercial success. But it's and of course Johnny Depp, he got so much praise for his performance. He was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor for this movie. But before this movie came out, shit, people were saying, why is Johnny Depp in this film? Because yeah, I know we typically associate Johnny Depp. He's always in these big blockbuster films now. He's giving like these kind of lackluster performances. But before Pirates, chat, he was in just mostly dramas and cult films. That's what he did. Like everything from the 80s and 90s, that's what he was primarily known for. Making stuff like Donnie Brasco, Chad, or maybe, these odder films like Ed Wood, biopics, I mean, some of his collaborations with Tim Burton, maybe some more fantastical stuff like Edward Scissorhands. But these films are, again, relatively low budget. They weren't selling on his name originally, Chad. Like, that all changed with Pirates of the Caribbean, good or ill, how you want to look at it, Chad. That really did propel him to superstardom, was this movie. And people are saying the fact that you casted him, that he's your lead actor in this big new franchise, stupid. And of course, it went on to be a very commercially successful franchise. Whether or not you like the films critically, which I do not. I don't like anything after the first movie. But they sold it on him. That's what they did for all those years. And it's funny because I looked up the reviews on this film, and the movie's gotten mostly positive reviews, but there are some really negative reviews. I'm like, I just don't fucking get it. And I think a lot of it is critics, some critics were just trying to save face, and they were opposed to the film, just the very idea that a theme park ride could become a movie. I think they were so repulsed by that idea that despite the movie being very well made, the director being Gore Verbinski, chat, he made a wonderful action adventure film. Like looking back, watching it again, Witness me, Enzabar Gaming, thank you so much for the raid. Everybody on the dance floor, raid. Thank you, my friend. Hope you're doing very well. We're getting so much support, chat. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you. Hope you had a terrific stream. What's good? I'm doing great. I'm doing better than good. I'm doing great. Talking about Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. And, but as I was saying, like, I think a lot of people were just so repulsed to the idea that a movie was based off a theme park ride that they gave it a negative review anyway. Because this movie is very well crafted. It has great performances. It has great action set pieces, both practical and CGI. Like the CGI, I'm like, this movie, chat, is almost 17 years old now. No, it is. I know it is 17 years old. And like a lot of the CGI effects, they had some good, and they're smart about this, the CGI effects, because, you have the great scene, the big fucking reveals that Captain Barbossa, played terrifically by Jeffrey Rush, chat, plays the villain of the film. They're cursed from this Aztec gold, and it makes them all skeletal, chat, and the moonlight reflects who they are. They were very smart to film all the big CGI scenes at night, or at least shoot them that way and have this practical effect, or have the effects that way. Like it's very smart. And a lot of CGI, because you think of like, early 2000 CGI, like it's all rubbery, doesn't really work doesn't look that good anymore, doesn't work that well. This CGI in this movie holds up surprisingly well. I was like, damn, this is good. It's just a really well made movie, and I think critics, the reason why I got some mixed reviews from other places is just because they were saving face, because I just wholeheartedly disagree with a lot of their stuff. Like maybe the one criticism is that Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley are they're not bad in the movie, but they're not the most interesting characters in the film. Like Jack Sparrow is far more interesting. Captain Barbossa is far more interesting. Like those are the characters you're invested in. You like those performances. Again, Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, they're the romance in the film. And so that's always typically going to be a little over dramatic or dry at the very least. And there are scenes like that. It's like, okay, whereas like, hey, let's get back to Captain Jack Sparrow and Barbossa and see what fucking funny shenanigans. Like that's the one criticism. Like, okay, I agree with that. But outside of that, this is a really well made movie. And so the critiques that were leveled at this film, this first movie, I'm not saying the sequels, because I don't even like any of the sequels. I don't like the sequels, but this first movie, very, very, very good. Hugely commercially successful for Disney. Went on to be a big franchise. Good or for ill. And it propelled Johnny Depp to stardom. He delivers an amazing performance. This is long before we got tired of him as Captain Jack Sparrow, Chad. He does a fantastic job. Honestly, and the thing is, I'll tell you this, Chad. If you've never seen these movies before, you can just watch the first one and you'll be satisfied, because it wraps up everything. Everything is wrapped up at the end of the film. It has a great little end coda right there. Captain Jack lugs goddamn compass and going, yo ho, a pirate's life for me. And he closes it and the movie ends. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's succinct. You don't need to see anything. And he went off, and Elizabeth and fucking, Orlando Bloom, Chad, Will Turner, Bill Turner, Bootstrap Bill. They had a wonderful life. That's all you need. And it works. You don't need to see the sequels. You'd be wasting your fucking time. I don't think they're very entertaining. I think they're way too long and monotonous. And the characters, all of them becomes a fucking asshole in the later films. So I was like, I'm done with it. And you get annoyed by Johnny eventually, but here you're not annoyed with him. You're just like mesmerized by what he's doing on screen. So you can already see what my rating's going to be in a bit, chat. Like, I have a lot of love for this movie, and watching it again, it really made me appreciate the craftsmanship that went into it. But chat, let's get to the beginning, chat. Let's going to start off, chat. We are starting off with the opening logo fanfic, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Skull and Crossbones. It is the era of piracy, chat. Things are serious fucking business right now, okay? And we're making the cross from jolly old England all the way to the Caribbean, chat, or Caribbean. I call it the Caribbean, baby, all right? I allow, you can say it either way. It's totally up to you, chat. I'm going to call it Caribbean. That's the way I'm going to say it. But you wanted to call it the Caribbean? Be my fucking guest. But, chat, we are seeing a young Keira Knightley who looks nothing like fucking Keira Knightley. Like, as it was mentioned before by someone. You're absolutely right, good sir. They got young actors who look absolutely nothing like their adult counterparts. The first one is Keira Knightley, we introduced to, chat, Elizabeth Swann, who is going over from England to the Caribbean. Her father's a governor. He's going to be governor of some goddamn British colony. Colonizers, chat. The original colonizers, the British. Going to be colonizing one of those Caribbean islands. And they got a girl to play. Keira Knightley looks nothing fucking like it. Got freckles all over her face. Got a different eye color. It's like, how did this all change? Within, like, you know, however many years. It's like 10 years later, maybe. It's like 10 years later, and then boom. Probably even less than fucking 10 years, like 8 years or some shit. And already she's like totally different woman. I think any fucking sense. But you know, she's sitting on the fucking front of a ship. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. And she's saying it's all misty, chat. It's all foggy as the ship's making away. And then, oh god, she's grabbed by a very large man. He's like, do you have any buttered noodles? She's like, ah! She freaks out, chat, because she does not expect this large, obese man to grab her, and she did not expect to be asked about buttered noodles. So she freaks out. But this chat, this is Mr. Gibbs, and he's a very superstitious guy. He's like, shut up, stop singing about pirates. It's bad luck to be singing about pirates. And then fucking Captain Norrington, chat, he comes over. He's like, Mr. Gibbs, go back to your post. Stop harassing the passengers. But she was talking about pirates, sir. It's like, it's bad. It's bad. But to talk about pirates, mark my words. And Captain Norrington's consider them marked. Now back to your station. He's like, yeah, we can't have women here. Oh, they bring bad luck. Fucking Mr. Gibbs, chat, the original incel of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Ladies, as we all know, ladies can't be on boats. They can't be pirates. I guess forget about, you know, all the fucking female pirates, you know, that we had back then. Nah, they can't be on boats, they can't be pirates, and they definitely can't be fucking singing about pirates. It's bad fucking luck. And so he goes on off. And, you know, Captain Norrington, he tries to, you know, just, you know, make sure that, you know, Elizabeth's okay. He's like, pay him no mind. You know, don't worry, there are no pirates in these waters. Little Miss Swan. Very creepy what they're about to do later on in the movie, chat. But, like Captain Norrington, he's like an adult male, and she's like a little 12-year-old girl. It's like, all right. And he goes away, chat. And we talk to, her father, chat, Governor Swan, who I've seen this actor before. I always forget his goddamn name. Let me put some respect on this actor's name, chat. He deserves it. Jonathan Pryce, chat. He played man, he's been around for so long, chat. He's a very talented actor. Played the High Sparrow in Game of Thrones. He played that priest. He's a wonderful British actor. And he goes to talk to his daughter, and, you know, little Elizabeth, chat, little I don't look like Keira Knightley says, oh, actually, I find the subject of pirates quite interesting. I wish I could meet a pirate. And then, you know, Governor Swan's like, that's what I'm fucking afraid of. And, you know, Norrington's like, don't worry, Miss Swan, if we ever come across a pirate, I'll give them what they fucking deserve. And then you see Gibbs going, oh, like he's like hangs him. That's what and she's like, oh, Jesus. And Governor Norrington's like, all right, enough of that. Enough talking to my daughter, you creep. And so they all go back, and she's watching the horizon, chat. And what does she fucking see? She's like a little fucking umbrella in the water. It's like, the fuck's that umbrella doing in the water? There's no boats around. And then she sees in front of her, chat, shit. What caused that umbrella to float in the water? A burning fucking ship. And they're going, holy shit, the ship's burning. And she sees like a little kid. She sees like a little kid going, help me, help me. He's like into some debris. He's floating in some debris. And they're like, man overboard. We got to get that little kid who looks nothing like Orlando Bloom. And they scoop up little, I don't look like Orlando Bloom Chad. They bring him out on the boat. And they start doing all the heart compressions and shit. They bring him, just vomits all the seawater up, Chad. Little sea urchins come out of his mouth. Gross. The spiky ones. His throat's just coated in sea urchin spines. And everyone goes over the boat to see what the fuck happened, Chad. And she goes down to him. Governor Swan says, stay with the boy, comfort him, Elizabeth. And she goes down there and she notices something. She sees a golden fucking medallion, chat. And she takes it. It's like it's the shape of a pirate's skull and crossbones. She's like, whoa, you're a fucking pirate. And then he goes, ah! And he comes to. He fucking comes to and he grabs her arm. And he's like, what? Fuck. And she's like, it's okay. It's okay. My name's Elizabeth Swan. We rescued. You're okay. And, you know, and he's like, my name is Bill Turner. And he passes out. And she promptly, chat, like all them rich colonizers typically do, they appropriate things. And she fucking takes the golden necklace. That might have been his only fucking possession. That might have fucking put him through, I don't know, Caribbean school somewhere, chat. Could have put him through Caribbean school, and she promptly takes that. Goddamn colonizer, takes herself. And then she looks out, chat, and what does she see? She sees this massive black ship, chat. This massive black ship with black sails with a pirate's skull and crossbones insignia going out of the mist, chat. It's like, oh, what is this? What is this legendary pirate vessel, chat? But she doesn't have time because she closes her eye real tight, and she transforms into Crayon Knightley, chat. It's like, that's bullshit. That was apparently her final form, chat. That was like her Frieza form. You know, Frieza has like several forms, chat. He has this little diminutive form that eventually becomes his perfect form. This is my final form. He looks good. But then she transforms into Crayon. I was like, I'm fucking bullshit. Girl had different skin tone. She had freckles. She had different colored eyes. And you're telling me that she somehow transformed to Crayon Knightley? I think not. Bullshit. But she comes to, chat. She comes to. By the way, this is crazy. And this bothered me. So she's growing up in the goddamn Caribbean, chat, where it's fucking sweltering hot. And she has a roaring fire going constantly and has this giant fucking, like, 3 layers on and all this duvet cover. It's like bull fucking shit. You would not be sleeping under that in the Caribbean when they keep the house closed. You would be sweating your balls off, chat. Or, you know, her case, sweating her ass off, no question. And, you know, she gets up because she had this dream and she goes to her little cupboard, chat, and she lifts this secret little panel up and she still has the fucking medallion that she appropriated from William Turner all those years ago, chat. Little Orlando Bloom looks nothing like Orlando Bloom. And then she hears a knock on the fucking door, and it's her dad. It's her dad who wants to meet her or come inside. He's like, are you proper, dear? And she's like, hold on. But she doesn't know what to do with the medallion, chat. So she does what ladies, you've done this before. She hides it in her bosom. She hides it in her cleavage, chat. It's like, no one's going to look down here. There's just, boom, hides it right between the bosoms, chat. Thank you, Dr. The 5 Minutes. I'm told it's the latest fashion in London. Well, men in London must have learned not to breathe. Exactly. Because after they come in, they'll come in and dad's like, what do you do? You're not up. It's a beautiful day. Open it up, chat, and it's a sweltering fucking heat coming in. It's a clear sunny day in the Caribbean, chat. I'm like, oh my God, the heat. But it doesn't make any sense. Because apparently, Yatsuba Fan, thank you so much for resubscribing. Thanks for the fun, Juicy. Thank you for watching, Yatsuba Fan. Thank you for subscribing. 5 months in a row, 4 months away from pooping out the Twitch, baby. Thank you so much. No, for your support. What bosom that you? Oh, come on. Hey, you got a little bosom in there. But she hides in between the girls right there, chat. And dad comes in. She's like, hey, I want to give you something. She's like, here, he gives her a big present. She opens it up. She goes, oh my God, it's this beautiful dress. And she's saying, what's the occasion? Why did you give this to me? He goes, what can a father dote over his loving daughter? And she goes, ha! And she goes behind there, chat. She strips down naked. And then the girls, the maids, they help her put on the dress. And you know, he's like, well, actually, I did buy this for a special occasion for the ceremony today. She's like, what ceremony today? Well, Captain Norrington, he's going to be promoted from captain to Commodore Norrington. And I thought you'd go there. The thing is, what Governor Swan wants to get hitched to Commodore Norrington, captain, who will soon be Commodore Norrington. And the fucked up thing is, chat, the fucked up thing is, is that he was like I mean, this has happened back in the day, but he's like a 30-plus-year-old adult male, and she was like 12 years old, like 5 years ago. It's like, this is fucking gross and weird. You remember talking to her as a little girl, now you want to put a baby into her? Dude, take it easy. Take it easy. Jesus Christ. So that was like, ugh. But that's what they did back then, shit. They didn't give a shit. They were marrying goddamn 12-year-olds off to like 55-year-olds. That's just kind of the way it was. It was gross. Thank you, Minar Trev. Thank you for the follow. My new Huckleberry. Welcome to stream. Currently talking about creepy Commodore Norrington wanting to make lustful love to, I think Craig is supposed to be like 17 or 18 in the movie. She's supposed to be around that age, and wants to marry and shit. And the dad wants it to happen too, and she's like, Jesus Christ. But meanwhile, chat, she's distracted because she is just getting sewn into this goddamn dress constrictor in her tum-tum. It's like, Jesus Christ. She can't fucking breathe because it's smushing. It's smushing over intestines and lung and her tummy and the bazungas. Everything's being smushed. She's like, it's like being crushed like a fucking boa constrictor, chat. And, dad's talking about, it's the latest fashion in London. And Craig Nelly is, well, I guess they fucking learned not to breathe over there, or they're all dying. And he's like, you're going to fucking look great for the ceremony. Meanwhile, chat, fucking servant comes up. He says, hey, Governor Swan, William Turner here is to drop off the sword. Craig is like, Will Turner? It's like, oh, she's interested in him. And we go downstairs, chat, and again, Orlando Bloom, which had, by the way, when you think of his career, chat, like how it started out, he was in Lord of the Rings. He was in a lot of big franchises. Did Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, I think was his first film he ever did. It was one of his first movies. And then he was in Pirates. I think this same year, it was 2003, chat. So he had Return of the King and Pirates of the Caribbean out in the same year. That's pretty goddamn good. That's a good year for him. But they're like, okay, this kid who we saw earlier looks nothing like fucking Orlando Bloom, but all right, we'll go with it. Funny scene, his introduction, I like it, because he's there to drop off a fancy sword, chat, that he just made, and he's like perusing, just walking around the mansion. He goes to like this metallic candlesticks that are sticking out of the wall, and he goes to observe. When it fucking falls off, he's like, oh shit, he doesn't know what to do with it. I just thought it was very funny. And the sound design was great. And he just puts in a goddamn umbrella holder. Someone walks by. Goddamn, Governor Swan, he comes down, wants to check the sword out. And Orlando Bloom's like, how you doing, sir? Showed him the sword. And he's like, it's a fine weapon. And Orlando Bloom's like, yes, the blade and the pommel are perfectly balanced. And clearly, Orlando Bloom, he's been training with these swords for quite some time, Chad. He's just not a blacksmith's apprentice. Nah, he's a master-class sword fighter, Chad. Even Governor Swan's like, holy fucking shit, you're good, kid. And Elizabeth Swan, she sees Will. She's like, Will! And fucking Orlando Bloom's just like, just thirsting after credit. I was like, it's obvious right in the beginning of the film, just like, hello, Miss Swan. And she's like, oh, Will, I just had a dream about you last night. He goes, yeah, what kind of dream was? He's like, it was the day that we met. And don't you remember? He's like, oh, yeah, that traumatic day where my mom died. Of course I fucking remember, you dumb bitch. It's like, whoa, it got extreme. But he's like, of course, how could I ever forget that day? You were my rescuer after all. And Governor Swan's like, okay, can you like, he should have brought out 2 bats and say, you guys both have to go to horny jail. Stop. No. He just had to fight him off constantly, Chad, because these two are gonna fuck hard. You just know it. Just like, oh my god, just let it happen already. Why are you fucking trying to put him with creepy Commodore Norrington when it's obvious that these two are gonna make lustful love to each other for years to come? There's no goddamn point. There's no goddamn point. But eventually, Elizabeth's like, oh, I told you, Will, just call me Elizabeth, all right? And he's like, how many times do I have to tell you? He's like, at least one more time, Miss Swan. And she's like, I'm not horny anymore. And of course, Governor Swan's like, see, even the lad has a good head on him. All right, let's go. And Miss Swan's like, well, I guess I'll see you later, Mr. Turner. And she, sticks out her ass and just struts away, Chet, and everything. And eventually, she goes out in the carriage. Chet looks lustfully at him. And he goes, I'll see you later, Elizabeth. He's like, ooh, he wants her. He wants her so bad, Chet. And then, Chet, after this little scene, got a little bit of the repartee, a little bit of the dialogue between the two of them. They have very good chemistry, Orlando Bloom and Craig Nelly. That's obvious. Now, maybe not the most interesting part of the movie, but they do have chemistry, and it does work. Oh, man, can you imagine if Will hated her? It would be like, that would be great. That'd be really funny. That'd be kind of perfect. They could have gone that direction. But later on, Chet, we get, I think, again, take out of your mind what Johnny Depp now, or even how you think of Jack Sparrow to this, at the moment, after all these movies, and just got annoyed from him. Like, his fucking introduction, Chad, is spectacular, because we cut out to the Caribbean Sea, Chad. He's entering the port. He's on top of this goddamn mast. just, you know, had the music playing, ba-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. He's fucking coming in, Chad, and you just see him, like all that. And he's like, wow, he looks so heroic. He's looking off at the horizons, things, and he looks down. He's like, oh shit, and he jumps down, Chad. He's in this little fucking dinky boat, and it's flooding, it's sinking, and he's just like, oh, just trying to get all the water out as it's going on. She's like, perfect. What a great way. It perfectly encapsulates everything about the character of Jack Sparrow. Like, he puts on this front as this very legendary character, this swashbuckling rogue chap, this heroic rogue, but he's always fucking up. There's always something not going his way, and it's perfect for the music. Music's great. I think was it James Newton Howard who does the score? Who does the score, chap? Let me give some respect. The music by Hans Zimmer. I didn't know this. Klaus Badell and Hans Zimmer do the score. Well, the score in this movie, Chad, is brilliant. You just get caught up in it, Chad. Anytime it starts playing, and you know he's scooping out this water, Chad, and he sees right off in the side, Chad, on these fucking rocks, sees these pirates. Ye pirates, be warned! And they're hanging, Chad. And he takes his hat off, and he puts it over his chest, and he bows to them. He goes, "Yes, my fellow brothers." And eventually, Chad, he gets in the port. They're going back to the goddamn port, chat, and then everyone starts like looking at him like, oh my god, like, oh, it's Jack Sparrow, this mystical person. But then, as they see it, we cut back to Jack, and his boat is promptly sinking, chat. And if he just manages to get to the dock right before the mast itself goes under the water, and he steps on off, and he just starts walking away. It's wonderful. Devil's Hand, thank you for the big booty butt welcome. Appreciate that. There's no denying Jack Sparrow role has made him. Exactly. He was the person who should always play that role, and he does a fantastic job, especially in this first movie. He deserved all the accolades and praise for it. He's so much fun. It's such a great introduction to it. And he's walking the boat, and you already see like his body language. Like he's not moving how other people are moving. Apparently, he based part of his character off of Keith Richards, who eventually, the musician Keith Richards, rockstar Keith Richards, who eventually plays his father in the series. I don't think to great effect personally, and Keith Richards can barely act, but he was in there. But like even like how he moves, shit, because he's all. It's like he looks always like he's fucking drunk or high. Or it's like something's wrong with him. Something happened to him, and he's not all there anymore. And you can just tell by his movements and everything. He's always bumbling. Oh, it looks like he's inebriated, chat. And he's walking across this deck, but he passed by someone, chat. You know who he passed by? Dr. Mittenhand from Leprechaun 4 in Space, chat. So I did a review for Leprechaun 4 in Space, and there's a character named Dr. Mittenhand. He's the scientist. He was the scientist where like 3/4 of his body was a robot, and then he became a fucking spider, scorpion, human abomination, chat. This is that same actor. This is the same fucking actor, chat. He is Dr. Mittenhand, and he is the person, he's like the harbor master, chat, and he sees fucking Jack Sparrow walking down this goddamn dock, and he's like, the fuck are you going? And Jack Sparrow is like, sorry, mate, sorry. What do you want from me? He's like, if you're gonna, it costs a shilling to tie up your boat and to keep it here, and they look at the boat, the boat's already fucking sunk to the bottom, but it's right there, and he goes, and he's like, I'll need a shilling, and I'll need your name. And Jack, he's a smooth operator, chat. He puts down 3 shillings and says, how about 3 shillings and forget the name? And the guy goes, welcome to Port Royale, Mr. Smith. He's like, thank you. And Jack walks away. The other guy walks away. And Jack promptly steals the rest of his money. Goes, ha-ha, and he pocketed more than he made, chat. That's how he fucking operates. Yes, man, welcome to stream. Bilbo Baggins, only 3 feet tall. Welcome, Bilbo Baggins. Hope you're doing very well. Coming in the middle of my review for Pirates of the Caribbean. And so he goes off, chat, because Jack, he's in the neighborhood to shop for another goddamn boat. That's what he desires most of all. And so he sees this prime looking boat, chat. It's called the Interceptor, fastest British vessel in the Caribbean, and he wants that goddamn ship, and he's going up to it, chat, and he's like, I'm just gonna fucking commandeer this ship. But then you got these 2 bumbling looking British Navy officers, chat. They appear in both films, but later on as pirates. But here they're just, the members of His Royal Majesty's, army. And they're like, stop you. No one can board the goddamn vessel, okay? No one can do that. And Jack is like, I just want to take a look at it. It's such a pretty boat. I just love it. And they're like, sorry, no one can go on here. And Jack's like, he's fucking trying to bamboozle him. He's saying, why don't you lovely men not currently at the ceremony today? And they're like, well, someone has to stay here and guard the boat. And Jack's like, hey, man, I'll fucking watch the boat while you guys guys, go ahead and enjoy yourself, okay? And he's like, no, you can't. You couldn't hope to take the Interceptor. It is the fastest ship in all the Caribbean. And Jack's like, so you think I don't? Well, it's not true. That's not true, love. And they're like, how's that not true? No, there is a faster ship, the Black Pearl. And they're like, ha! One guy's like, aha, the Black Pearl's not a real ship. The one guy goes, yeah, it's real. I saw it. And he goes, you saw the Black Pearl? And he goes, yeah, I saw it. He's like, the ship with the crewed by dead man with the blackest sails and moves as if it is both alive and not alive. You've seen this ship? And the guy goes, no. And he goes, of course you have it. Of course you have it. And like fucking Captain Jackson's like, oh, these two guys just going at it. But he's like, I have seen a ship with black sails, but it's not the fucking Black Pearl. And they keep fucking arguing. And Jack just wanders right under the fucking boat and he starts to like, get it ready to just go out and start sailing on the fucking thing, acquiescing it. The guy goes, hey, you can't fucking be on the boat. He's like, I'm sorry. It's such a pretty boat. Ship, if you will. And he's like, are you trying to steal this boat? And Jack's like, you know what? That's exactly what I'm doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to abscond with this ship here, the Interceptor. Going to go to fucking Tortuga, get me a fucking crew, and, start pillaging and maiming and do everything I want. And they're like, really? He goes, that's what I just fucking said. He's like, Jesus Christ. But eventually, Chad, he just starts charming these two, and they have a nice little conversation. Meanwhile, we cut back to the ceremony, Chad, of Captain Norton, soon to be Commodore Norton. We see all, everyone's just like, everyone's showing off, and he's got the ceremony. Governor Swan presents with the sword and stuff. Elizabeth's like, she can't fucking breathe in that thing. Chad's constricting all over her insides, okay? All over tummy guts. And eventually the ceremony ends and fucking Norrington, creepy Captain Norrington is now creepy Commodore Norrington. And he wants to lust after Elizabeth Swan. He's like, hey, Elizabeth, remember when I was like a 35 adult male talking to you when you were 12? Listen, I want to marry you, okay? I want to make you my wife. I'm in my 40s and you're like, I don't know, 17 or something. So that's cool. That's standard for today. How about? And she's like, I can't breathe. He's like, I know I'm a little emotional about it too. And she fucking falls over the side of this massive fucking cliff. Build railings back in the day. Jesus, or higher walls. And she falls over, Chat. She falls over and boom, right into the water. Like, oh shit, Elizabeth. It's like, and they're like, he's about to dive in after Chat, creepy Commodore Norrington. And then his like lieutenant or whatever, captain says, no, sir, no. It was a fucking miracle that she missed the rocks. And he's like, we gotta go down there. We gotta go down there and get her. Meanwhile, fucking Johnny Depp, he's talking to two idiot British soldiers. He's like, and then they made me their chief. And he sees her fall in the water. He goes, oh, fucking shit, that girl has fell in the water. And he's like, well, you two are the royal, the king, queen's men. Aren't you going to go in there and save her? He's like, I can't swim. The other guy's like, I ain't fucking going there to save that bitch. He's like, fuck, Jesus Christ. Heroes of the queen, are you not? And he gives us like, do not lose these. Takes like his hat and has his cutlass and his pistol, Chat, with one shot and no powder. And he fucking dives in that water, Chat. So the thing is, like, Jack, he's kind of a scumbag, but he does have a good heart, Chat. He will eventually do the right thing in the end, Chat. He's gotta like it. But I like this, his first act. He's like, I'm actually gonna save this fucking girl. He doesn't have to. Let's let her fucking drown. But he goes in there, Chat, and he swims after it, Chat. He's doing the goddamn, breaststroke, just like, shit, this is hard. And eventually we see Elizabeth, Chat. She hits the bottom of the ocean, and we see the medallion come up between the cleavage, Chat. It comes up between the bazungas, and it has like a blah, 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 blah. It's like it's calling Aquaman, Chat. It's like, no, and it calls Aquaman. It's like, what the fuck was that? We shall soon know. And the wind starts to turn, Chat, turns the complete opposite way, and an ominous sky starts to brew, Chat. Lightning and thunder and rains. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Eventually, good old Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, he struggles. He has to rip the fucking dress off because it keeps weighing him down too. Gets to the dock. She's not, the two British soldiers are like, she's not breathing. They're checking on her. He's like, I got it. Takes the knife, Chat, opens up the corset and goes, and she fucking just vomits all over them, all the seawater. Like, shit. And like, how the fuck did you know how to do it? He's like, well, you'd ever been to fucking Tortuga, mate. And he's like helping her, and he sees the medallion. He goes, what the fuck you get this? And she's like, I don't know. And then eventually, Chad, Captain Norrington and Governor, or I guess Commodore, creepy Commodore Norrington, Governor Swan, they go there, and they're like, take your hands off my daughter, shoot him. He's like, what did I fucking do? And, they're about to shoot him, Chat, and but she's like, no, this guy fucking helped me. He saved my life. And he saved my life. I was going to drown. And these fucking two fucks didn't do nothing. And, creepy Commodore Norrington's just like, you know what? All right, man. Hey, handshake. Let's have a nice platonic handshake. You did a good fucking deed, all right? And Johnny's just like, he's like, all right. He takes his hand, chat. But then creepy Commodore Norton grabs his hand, pulls up his sleeve, and he has a burn mark, chat. He's been marked, and he's a pirate. He's been branded a pirate. And he goes, P for pirate. And Governor Swan's like, hang him, because that's what they do to pirates. And Swan's like, no. And then Norton reveals more of him. We see a tattoo above the P, and it's a symbol for Captain. He's like, Captain Jack Sparrow. Is like, I think I've heard of you. Of course you heard of me. Of course you heard of me. I'm the greatest pirate you ever heard of. He's like, I mean, I've heard some stuff about you. I wouldn't say you're the greatest pirate. And he's like, but I'm well known. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. And then fucking Norton's fuck with him. He's like, okay, where was your ship captain? He's like, I'm in the market. I'm in the market right now. And then the two British soldiers at this point were like, he was trying to abscond with the interceptor. Here are his effects. And he's looking at all that shit. He's like a compass that doesn't point north, but it does point to your heart's desire. We'll see that later on. We have a pistol with no shot, one shot and no powder. And he pulls out the sword and he sees that's a regular cutlass. I half expected it to be wood. He puts it in there. You are without a doubt the worst pirate I've ever seen. And Johnny Depp has a fucking great goddamn line, but you have heard of me. Which I love, which is great. You are allowed to, but you have heard of me. I love it, Darkslayer. It's a great line. Thank you for the 5 biddies. And no, but Miss Swan is like, no, we can't, let's not kill him, okay? He helped me. He saved my life. And Swan is just at this point, Governor Swan, he's like, Elizabeth, let's just let the men do it. Like, ladies, take it easy. Take it easy. Let the men work on it. Elizabeth Swan's no, fuck you and your sexist shit. She puts herself between Jack. He's like, this man saved my life. He's a good person. I don't care what else he did. I mean, if he was a pirate, would a pirate have done that? And then Jack promptly takes his fucking chains, which he's been chained up now, Chaz, little handcuffs, and puts them around her throat and starts choking the shit out of her. She's like, the fuck? And he goes, look how the tables have turned. And he's like, listen, I'm going to wring her fucking goddamn neck unless you give me back my shit. And so they give him back his hat and gives him back his pistol and his cutlass. And she's like wrapping her, like she turns around, like facing him, like right here, chat, puts all of his stuff in. He's like, you're despicable. And it is like sticks and stones, love, sticks and stones. She puts his pistol back in his cutlass. He's like, watch the goods, love, watch the goods. Take it easy now. And they're all like, oh, he's so disgusting. And eventually he like turns around and he's like, gentlemen, today you will always know as the day that you almost captured Captain Jack Sparrow. And he fucking throws her, chat. And then we get like it's very Looney Tunes-esque, but a Looney Tunes-esque chase scene. When he fucking manages, because they have all these swinging cranes everywhere to repair ships and build ships. And he grabs on one of these shit and he just starts fucking swinging around when you have the bum bum ba 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 bum bum bum. He's like, he's just fucking swinging around this thing, and they're all trying to fucking kill him and shoot him. Eventually, he swings over, lands in this thing, takes the chains, pulls away, and like goes down this rope. As they're all chasing after him, he's all like, wow, like running away, like his hands are just up in the air as he's just running. And they're like, fuck, we gotta put out a fucking APB. We gotta take down this pirate son of a bitch. Eventually, chat. They're all around town. They're learning the population, and he's hiding. Where is he hiding, Chad? Fucking near the blacksmith where Willa Turner works. And he he hides behind this one statue, and eventually he sneaks in the blacksmith. He's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get these chains off of me. And he's like looking around and shit for something. He sees the fucking owner of the blacksmith, Chad, Brown blacksmith, Mr. Brown. And Mr. Brown, he looks like he just drank a little too much. He's like, just snoring away, and he goes on over. And he starts like poking him, like. He goes, whoa! Like tries to wake him up, but he's just dead asleep. He's like, nice. And so he grabs a hammer chain, starts like trying to hit the chain, but it's just not fucking working. He gets all frustrated. But then he sees like a machinery chat for all the swords. He's like, if I put my chains underneath one of these little gears here, it'll destroy the chain. And he does like a really shitty thing because the gears are all connected to this donkey who spins around, starts the machine. And so he takes one of these goddamn hot pokers and sticks it up the donkey's ass cheeks. And the donkey goes, oh! And he fucking puts the chains in there and he gets out. He does get out. He's like, hell yeah, hell yeah. But then he hears somebody coming. He's like, shit. And he hides. And who opens the fucking door? Goddamn Orlando Legolas Bloom chat. Legolas opens that goddamn door. And he sees, good old Blacksmith Brown. He's like, just where I left you. But he notices chat the hammer, but he's like, that's not where I left you. And he sees Captain Jack's hat. And he goes, what the fuck? He reaches for a chain. He goes, boom. And he gets slapped on the hand by a sword. And he's like, hands off the hat, mate. And he's like, you're that fucking pirate that people have been looking over for. He goes, I have indeed. And I would appreciate it if you would move out of the way, so I may continue on my raping, pillaging, and stealing of things. And he's like, the fuck I will. And he pulls out a goddamn sword. And it's like, that's not a good thing to cross the pirate, lad. You wouldn't want to do that. And Will's like, I fucking would. And he starts fighting Johnny Depp. And Johnny Depp's like, oh shit, okay, you know how to sword fight. Oh, your sword play is quite good, but how is your footwork? And they start going back and forth like they're feeling each other out. Shit, it's cool. And he goes, excellent footwork. Congratulations, lad, you're great. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. And he goes to the door chair trying to open up, and then fucking Will, he throws the goddamn sword chain right between how to lift the one piece of wood to get out. And Johnny's just like, fuck, fine. He's like, all right, lad, you are between me and my goddamn exit, okay? And there is nothing that is going to stop me, all right? He's like, yes, I will stop you. You are a pirate, and pirates are scum. And we get a wonderfully, you're not a eunuch, are you? And they start going, all of Johnny Depp's line. Johnny Depp has so many fucking great lines in this movie. Like, it's even hard to remember all of them. Like, all of his dialogue is fantastic. He's very, very funny. But they start fucking wonderfully all the battles in this movie. Anything with the swords is great. This duel is very good. And his duel with Jeffrey Rush at the end of the film. Like this battle of the immortals chat is wonderfully choreographed. It's even Jeffrey Rush. He's doing a lot of the swordplay himself, and he's an older gentleman, especially even during that time. Then kills it, just fucking kills it. And they have this wonderfully choreographed scene chat, all practical effects and stuff. It's so cool. It's very comedic too. There's some slapstick in there, but it works. It works as they're going back and forth. Eventually, they have this teeter-totter thing. It's kind of like, remember the scene from Daredevil? Think of like the Daredevil seesaw scene, but cool. And where they're on this kind of, what is it, chat? But this carriage that's on these two wheels and it's going back and forth. And, one cuts a rope and throws down this heavy stuff, and Will is, thrown up in the air, and he lands on the beams up top. And Johnny is like, yeah, I fucking did it. But then he fucking cuts some shit, and Johnny's thrown up on top. And they continue their duel as they're jumping back and forth from beam to beam to beam, just going at it. And then we get the fucking line, it's like, because eventually they come back down. And, because every time one of them disarms each other, they grab another sword. And Johnny's like, who the fuck makes all these swords? And, Orlando Bloom's like, I do. And I practice with them 3 hours a day. He's like, you got to get yourself a girl, man. Unless you cannot get yourself a girl, you cannot do the wooing because, you're not a eunuch, are you? He's like, guess what if he had his balls taken from him, Chad? His scrotum removed. But, of course, eventually... Johnny Depp, good old Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow, he bamboozles him. He puts like a big dusty bag in his face. He goes, and all the dust hits Will in the face. He's like, he's coughing and shit. And he grabs like another thing, like a hammer, about to whack Johnny. But Johnny's like, I'm fucking done with this. He pulls out his goddamn pistol, points to that fucking Will. And Will's like, you cheated. He's like, I'm a pirate, lad. Come on. And Will's like, I ain't fucking moving. He's like, you gotta move. You gotta get out of my way. And he's like, no. He's like, please move. Please. And then, you can hear the soldiers starting to come into the shop, and eventually he cocks the pistol and goes, this shot is not meant for you. And then boom, Johnny is hit on the back of the head, chat, by a bottle. He goes, and he fucking falls down, chat. Dead. No, he's not dead. He's just severely concussed. And we see that it is Blacksmith Brown, chat, who just finally woke up during all these goddamn shenanigans after hearing all this shit. And all the soldiers coming in, Norrington comes on in, and he goes, oh, you did a wonderful thing, Blacksmith Brown. You helped capture this pirate, Captain Jack Sparrow. And Norrington says, this will be known as the day that Captain Jack Sparrow almost got away. And, fucking Blacksmith Brown's just like, I'm just doing my civic duty, sir. And he's like, you can just feel the heat and the smell of alcohol just coming from his breath, chat. It's like, Jesus Christ. This man's going to spontaneously combust if he gets near an open flame. If he is heated in any capacity, chat, boom. It's like a hot water balloon explosion. Don't have him do it. And so, Johnny Depp at this point, he's he's fucking arrested shit. He's put in a little cell, put in a goddamn cell. You have this is a scene from the actual ride parts of the Caribbean where you have these guys in this one cell begging this dog, like, here's a bone, doggy, give us the keys now, love. And the dog's just sitting there with the keys like, motherfucker, I ain't giving you no goddamn keys. And Johnny is just like, the dog is not going to fucking move. And he's like, shut up, all right, Unlike you, we actually don't want to be hung at the gallows. All right, we don't want to meet our maker quite yet. We're not going to give up. So but he seemingly just looks like he's, Johnny's just giving up. He's just kind of resting his eyes at that point. Eventually, we cut back to Elizabeth Swan chat. And there she's going to bed with all these fucking duvet covers and blankets and fucking a giant pan filled with molten hot coals. Why are they putting this in her bed? I get it, like, heat things. Okay, in the winter, that makes sense. But Jesus Christ, we live in the Caribbean. I think it'd be pretty hot right there right now. Very muggy. And they're just like, no, this has to be the hottest fucking room in the world. Fair enough. And the one maid's like, it must have been so terrifying today for you, miss. And he goes, yes, Captain or Commodore Norrington's proposal did take me aback. She goes, no, when you were fucking accosted by that pirate. She goes, oh yeah, terrifying. She goes, but you're right. Captain or Commodore Norrington, I think that's a good match if it's not too bold to say. And she goes, no, it's not too bold. It would be a good match. She goes, but that big dick Will Turner though, whoo! And she goes, okay, well that is too bold. She said, my apologies, miss, not my place. And she fucking goes off, chat. She fucking goes off. But there is something nefarious coming, chat, to Port Royale. And we see this mist and clouds, and we might see a ship coming on the dark moonlight horizon. And eventually, chat, we cut. And we see good old Commodore Norrington and, what's his name, Governor Swan. They're talking. And, Commodore Norrington and Swan are like, we got to, get Elizabeth to marry you. I mean, I want this to happen too. But, Swan's like, what did she say? Well, she didn't say anything. She fell off a fucking cliff. He's like, don't worry, man. Don't worry, okay? You're going to make many babies in the future. And then they hear like a weird sound like, He's like, Governor Swan's like, what's that sound? That doesn't sound like the wind. And, creepy Commodore Norton goes, get down! And pow, big explosion, chat. It's cannon fire. Port Royale is under attack by pirates, chat. And you see all these fucking boats coming up to the shore, chat. And this ship is just hitting every goddamn place in town. He also hit this one fucking prison at this point. Blows a big goddamn hole. There's a big hole. Because Johnny Depp, he's like, I recognize those goddamn cannons. And he looks outside his little window. He's like, it's the pearl. It's the Black Pearl. And his fellow inmates in the next cell, he's like, oh, the Black Pearl. I heard she was preying on ships from Spain for the last 10 years. No survivors. And Johnny Depp says, how have you heard these stories if there's been no survivors? And the guy goes, that's a good point. He starts fucking laughing. It's like it's just hearsay, it's just legends and all that shit. And eventually keep watching. Big fucking hole is blasted through the goddamn side of the building at that point. All the inmates, they escape, and they go, oh, apologies, sir, you have no luck at all. And Johnny Depp, he can't fit through, chat, because it's only like a little sliver. He's just sitting there. He's like, I got no fucking good luck. And they all escape. Eventually, though, we cut back. The pirates are fucking invading, chat. And Will, he sees all this shit. He goes, shit. And he fucking grabs a sword. He grabs a fucking meat cleaver. And he starts attacking all the goddamn pirate, chat. Throws this one guy. This one pirate's like, he's fucking running around. And he has these fucking bombs and shit. And he's trying to throw them at people, explode people. And he takes a fucking meat cleaver and goes, boo! Hits that sumbitch right in the back of the head, chat. And he seemingly dies, right? He seemingly dies. And eventually, it's just complete chaos right now in fucking Port Royale, chat. And eventually, the maids, they start fucking busting down Elizabeth Swan's door. And she's like, oh, fuck, what the hell's going on? And it's like, they're coming for you. And she's like, why are they coming for me? You're the governor's daughter. And she's like, that's right, because they're going to take her as a hostage. And eventually she hears this. She's like, all right, you go down into the fucking basement and they won't come after you, right? Go now. And the fucking maids and her staff go downstairs. And, she goes outside and they hear this fucking knocking, chat. She hears these pirates are coming. And, of course, you got this stupid fucking butler who apparently is either just, hey, this is decorum. I got to answer the fucking door. It's what I do. He's just defined by opening doors, chat. That's all he has. And Elizabeth Swan's like, don't open the fucking door. You're in. He opens the door. And he's like, hello, Gov. And he gets blasted. His face his face just explodes, chat. It's molten hot lead. Just destroys the top of his head. And he goes down dead. And all these pirates start sacking the place. You get these other guys that are running up. and they see Elizabeth. You got these two guys, Chad. You see Dwight. You see Dwight from the British office, chat. You see Dwight, and you see a little bald guy. You see bald guy and Dwight from the British office, chat, and they're chasing. He has the wooden iron thing, and they chase after Elizabeth Swann, but she's bamboozled. Get a funny scene. She's like, I'm gonna fucking sword fight these guys. She goes to her father's like kind of ornate dining room, sees a sword, takes it, but it doesn't. It's fake. And she's like, fuck, I can't get it out. And so now she's just playing a little bit of a cat and mouse game with them. And she's going around, fucking throws her molten hot coals on poor Dwight from the office, chat, burning his face. I mean, fucking him up even more. And eventually she bamboozles him. She hides in her closet. And you have these two guys, the bald guy and Dwight from the office is going, where are you, puppet? Where are you? The gold, it calls to us. It calls to us. It calls to us. Where is it? We need it. We are thirsting after and all that shit. And we get this one great scene when they go to the closet and the guy looks at her with his yellow eye. He goes, hello, puppet. Now, I didn't know if that was CGI or if that was practical, but it looks so goddamn weird. And he's like, hello, puppet. And they open the door and she goes, parlay, parlay. And they're like, wait, what? And she goes, parlay, you know, the Pirate Co. parlay where we have this is a peaceful transition where you will not harm me and I will go to your captain to negotiate. And he goes, I know the fucking code. And she goes, we gotta do it. You gotta take me to your captain. And you know, fuck, he tells you, oh, she wants to say a captain. And she will go quietly. And they take her, Chad, and they take her to meet the fucking captain. Well, Port Royale is just trying to still survive the attack. Meanwhile, you know, Will, he's still going around fighting all these pirates. But then, Chad, he suddenly sees the pirate that he fucking brained with the goddamn meat cleaver. He's up and running around again. He's like, what the fuck? This guy's like, he's Will's like, I'll fucking kill you again. I don't give a shit. And right before he's about to engage in a sword battle, bonk in his head, Chad, falls down. He's like, nah. And he doesn't come to. He's just confused. Eventually, though, Elizabeth Swann, she's taken to the Black Pearl, Chan. She's lifted on board, and she meets this one very large man, Chan, this African pirate. And she's like, I would like to speak to your captain. He just fucking backhanded. You will not speak unless spoken to. But then fucking Captain Barbossa comes on over, Chad. Jeffrey Ross. He's like, we won't be hitting girls now, will he? He's like, yes, sir. Yeah. You know, under the protection of Parlay. And he's like, yes, sir. He's like, what you be watching, girlie? He's like, I have come to meet a peaceful agreement for the people of Port Royale. They're all like, ha 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 ha. They're all laughing at you. And why do you want us to be leaving? And she goes, well, I want you to please leave and to not hurt anybody else. Or unless I'll fucking drop this. They're like, oh, shit. It's the gold medallion. And Captain Barbossa, he's trying to bluff. He's like, well, what's that to us? You know, she's like, well, we clearly fucking want those two fucking dinguses were talking about it. And, you know, and they're like, no, we weren't doing that. That's not what we were doing at all. And Captain Barbossa's like, all right, well, you know. You know, it might be worthless to us, might be worth something. I mean, it's gold after all. We're pirates. You love gold. And she goes, okay, then it's worthless. And she's about to drop it, and they go, oh, shit. But she has down a chain. And they're like, so you do care about this thing. And Barbossa's like, what did you say your name was last? And she goes, my name is Elizabeth Turner. And they're all like, Turner, Bootstrap Bill. It's like, okay, apparently this name Turner is very important. And she's like, I've seen this ship like fucking 8 years ago or 7 years ago on my way from Joliet, England to here. And we were attacked, and I was traveling with my mistress at the time. And Captain Barbossa is like, okay, well, the daughter of Bootstrap Bill is, of course, welcome on our lovely ship. And it's like, lads, we're gonna get fucking going. Okay, weigh anchors, let's get out of here. And she goes, wait a minute. Well, we gotta take me back to land. And he goes, that was not the conditions of your parlay, okay? Taking you back to shore. And really, parlay, it only applies to pirates. And parlay in itself, and the pirate code. And the pirate code is more like guidelines than actual rules. And she's like, fuck. He's like, yeah, fuck. Welcome to the Black Pearl, Miss Turner. And it's like, oh, shit, no. And, you know, and then she's just fucking freaking out, and she's like hiding. He's like, this is not a good situation. Eventually cut back to the morning. It's morning. Will fucking wakes up. And he's like, fucking Elizabeth. And he's like, oh, shit, this isn't good. And apparently, he learns that Elizabeth Swann, she has been kidnapped by the crew of the Black Pearl, by Captain Barbossa, and Commodore Norrington and Governor Swann trying to figure out a way to get her, Chad, to get her. But, you know, fucking Will's like, we gotta go now. We gotta follow the fucking ship right now. Like, clearly, you know, Jack Sparrow, he apparently knows he's a pirate. He might know where they are. And they're like, we're not gonna fucking listen to Jack Sparrow, okay? He's a pirate. Pay no mind. Will's like, that's not good enough. He throws his fucking axe down, and they're like, okay, Jesus Christ, take it easy. And then creepy Commodore Norton, he's like, let me go talk. Let's talk. Hey, we both fucking care about Elizabeth Swann. Don't pretend like you're the only one that here that actually cares. I do, okay? We gotta do this fucking right. We gotta do this fucking smart. And I'm not trusting a goddamn pirate. So chill the fuck out and make some more goddamn swords, all right, at your little blacksmith, all right? Good for you. And he's like, fuck this. I gotta go to Jack Sparrow. Because he obviously knows that ship. And, you know, Jack Sparrow, we see, he's trying to use the dog bone to get out of the prison. So he's like, fuck, this isn't working. And eventually he hears someone come and he goes, oh, he's trying to play it cool and shit, just relax and everything, chat. And eventually he's like, you, Captain Jack Sparrow. He goes, yes, savvy. He's like, listen, do you know what that ship is? And he goes, yeah, it's the Black Pearl. Used to be my, yeah, I know about the Black Pearl. Yeah. It doesn't reveal that it was a ship. He's like, yes, it's a legendary seafaring pirate vessel. What of it? Is like, well, do you know where it makes birth? Where it makes fucking birth? Yeah, where it goes. He's like, I may have heard some stories where it makes birth, as you say. He's like, listen, if I get you out of here right now, will you help me? Will you help me find? He goes, nah, I don't want to do that. And he's like, come on, I gotta save my fucking girlfriend. He's like, yeah, because that's all you want to do. You want to save your goddamn girlfriend, all right? Too much of a risk, lad. I can't do it. But he's like, listen, I can get you out of here. Jack's like, how? You know, the keys have run off. You're not getting them back anytime soon. He's like, I built these goddamn cells. If you just apply the right pressure, we can just lift it off its hinges. And he's like, holy fucking shit. Jack's like, all right, you're pretty fucking smart. What are you saying your name was? He goes, William Turner. And he goes, oh no, he says Bill Turner. He goes, that's not short for William now, is it? He goes, it is indeed. He's like, okay, kid, I'll help you out. Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead, get me out. And Will's like takes notice that clearly Jack Sparrow knows that name very intimately, Chad. He's like, all right, I'll fucking help you. Lifts off the fucking hinges, Chad, and they fucking abscond. They escape at this point. But they're like, someone might have heard that. We got to get going now. And so they go down the dock, Chad, where, you know, Commodore Norrington is prepping the interceptor at the moment. And Jack's like, we're gonna, Jack's like, kind of surveying the whole situation here. And Will, he doesn't know fucking anything about sailing or piracy or anything in that regard. He just knows how to fucking make shit and sword fight. And he goes, are we going to take the interceptor? Or are we going to take, because Jack is looking at the bigger ship, I forget what it's called. It's the big fucking derpy ship. Are we going to take the SS Derpy? And Jack's like, no, we're going to board that ship. We're going to take that ship. And Will's just fucking confused. He's like, how are we going to do that? He's like, I'll show you, lad. And we get a really fun, imaginative scene, Chad, where we cut to these, like, British soldiers who are passing by this beach, by all these boats. And we see this boat. It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon that's slightly lifted off, and you see these 2 feet running underneath it, Chad. And when it does, it goes into the water, so they create an air pocket within the boat. And they're walking on the bottom, Chad. It's like stealth. And Will is just going, this is the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen. He goes, it is indeed, but it's coming handy. And Will's getting his fucking foot stuck in shit as he's walking underneath the water. Just really imaginative and neat. And eventually, they board the SS Derpy, chat. But the thing is, there, Jack is like, he's like, okay, all right, gentlemen, we're commandeering the ship. And Will's like trying to act like a pirate. He's like, I avast. And everyone starts laughing at him. Jack's like, okay, don't talk anymore. You're not going to fucking talk anymore and embarrass me. Just shut the fuck up, Jesus Christ. And you get the one lieutenant there, or the captain there, is just saying, there's no way that 2 men can take this ship out to sea. And Jack's like, that's where you're wrong, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. And get the fuck off of the SS Derpy. And so all the guys, they go off the SS Derpy. And they're rowboating away, and they're like, creepy Commodore Norrington, they're taking the SS Derpy. And fucking Commodore Norrington, he puts his telescope, and he goes, oh, bold, Turner, bold, even for you. There's no way they're gonna get it. And so eventually they take the interceptor all the way over there, chat, and they fucking board the goddamn thing. Apparently every single crew member. And then Orlando Bloom and Johnny Depp, they sneak on over the interceptor. They cut all the goddamn lines and ladders and shit, and they just abscond the interceptor. And they're like, oh shit, back to the ship, back to the ship. And Jack's like, thank you, Commodore, for getting us away. Ta-ta. And they take off. And you have this one captain that's under creepy Commodore Norrington's command. He's like, without a doubt, that is the greatest pirate I've ever seen. And Commodore Norton's like, fuck, so it would seem. And then, we get a nice little conversation between Orlando Bloom and Johnny Depp. And Orlando Bloom's like, okay, listen, Jack, I know we're at sea, but I want to fucking square a few things away. All right. Okay. So when you didn't agree to help me until you asked for my name, and suddenly you were like all about it. All right. Did you happen to know that name? He's like, yeah, I knew your fucking father. Good old Bill Turner, Bootstrap Bill. He's like, Bootstrap Bill. I never knew that nickname. He's like, yeah, that's what we called him. He was a great man, a great pirate. He goes, fucking take that back. My dad was not a pirate. And he goes, your dad was a bloody fucking pirate, a scallywag. And Nolan was like, no, it's not true. That's impossible. He was a fucking merchant captain. He goes, no, he fucking wasn't. No, he was a pirate, lad. You got to come to terms with it. He's like, I will not. He takes out his swords. You take it back. And Johnny just fucking swings the goddamn steering wheel around. And Will's just fucking hit by one of the masts. He's held out to sea like this. And Johnny was like, listen, you got to come to terms that you got pirate blood in you, okay? I knew your dad. He was a good man. He was a great man. He served with me, all right? You got to come to terms with that. But right now, in order for me to make the land and, where we're going, I can't dock the ship all by my bloody fucking self. So you got to relax, okay? And he fucking swings it over, and Will falls back on the deck, and he says, can you, serve under the command of a pirate? And he holds out the sword via the handle, and Will takes, and he goes, yes, I can. It's like, excellent. Tortuga. He's like, Tortuga? Tortuga. That's where they're going, Chad. They got to get themselves a new goddamn crew. Meanwhile, chat, we cut back to the Black Pearl. Chat, where, Elizabeth, she's in her little cabin. She's just freaked out and shit. She's walking back and forth. And goddamn Baldy and Dwight from the British office, they come on in. And Captain Barbossa would like you to dine with him tonight. And he wants you to wear this, which is very the scarlet-colored dress showing off the bazungas, like emphasizes them. And she's like, what if, Elizabeth, what if I do not want to join him for dinner? I would like to deny his request. And he said, you say that. He said, well, if you're not going to join him, then you can dine with the crew naked. And she's like, fuck that. And she just takes the dress. And he's like, kind of hurt. He's like, all right, fine. Fuck you, fine. And then we get this wonderful little montage of them putting together this luxurious looking fucking meal in Captain Barbossa's cabin, chat. Thank you, Pixel Mite, for the 100 biddies. It's pretty much to Hooker Island. That's what it is. That's what Tortuga is, mate. Thank you, Pixel Mite, for 100 biddies. And so they set up this beautiful looking meal. Got fucking roasted pig and roasted turkey, all sorts of fruits and cheeses and desserts. Chad, it looks fucking lovely. Candlelit dinner. And fucking Elizabeth, she's just daintily eating everything. Just like, oh. And Barbossa's just laughing. He's like, listen, girl, you haven't eaten anything for probably, close to 2 days at this point. We can waive manners right now. She just fucking, hell yeah. It's like, fucking yeah, Craig Knightley, eat something. For the love of God, you're so skinny. She's like, yes. She just starts just stuffing herself turkey legs. She takes a piece of bread, just and he's like, oh, help yourself to some of the wine. And she's like, hell yeah, give me that fucking wine. She's like, yeah, just drowning that. He's like, and the apples. Barbossa loves apples. The apples, they're so delicious. She's like, they're poison. He goes, there won't be any sense in poisoning you now, dear. And thank you. Oh, thank you. Who is this person? Joshua 91, thank you for the follow. You're my new Huckleberry welcome stream. Currently reviewing Pirates of the Caribbean at the moment. Having a great goddamn. She says, yeah, nom, just eating that turkey leg. She's enjoying herself, chat. Rainmaker, happy to have you. No, good to see you guys. Cheers and salute. I'm gonna have a drink myself. Be like Miss Swan right there. And so he's like, I'm not going to fucking poison you, okay? There's no sense in spilling your goddamn blood here. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, listen, we need you for a very particular reason, all right? Have you ever heard of the curse of Cortez? And she's like, I ain't heard no goddamn curse, so Cortez, when he came over with his boys from Spain and they decimated the fucking population, the people of these heathen Aztec gods, they asked for salvation, and the Aztec gods put a curse on this gold, which the native people were told to give to Cortez. And whoever took this treasure, they would be cursed for all eternity. They would be damned with immortality. And it's like, we ourselves found this treasure, all right? And we started to spend it all this blood money. We started to spend it all. But the thing was, is that the more we spent, the less human we became. It's like we were we could never satiate our hunger. We can never could never satiate our thirst. Our lust was infinite. We started not to be able to feel anymore. And with your blood and with that last golden medallion, we can be free of this fucking curse forever. And she's like, well, fuck this. They're like, you're not gonna goddamn kill me. And she fucking freaks out, Chad. And she just takes a goddamn knife and just holds it out in front of him. And she's like, what are you going to do? And she starts fucking running. She starts running. He's like, like, you see like a Jeffrey Rush is going, and all the teeth, they have like these wonderful fake dentures, which are enhanced with some CGI, just going, it's like creepy as fuck. And she's running around, shit, and he's like playing like hide and seek with her. And then she just fucking goes, stabs him right in his moldy heart. And he goes, and he just pulls the fucking knife out. He's like, I'm curious, what were you to be do after you killed me? And she's like, the fuck? And she runs out of the fucking cabin, chat. And this is where I say the CGI really holds up to this day. She goes out, and we see the entire crew are these like zombie-esque skeleton shit. And they're doing all the typical duties that you have to do on a ship, like scrub the deck and, you know, mess with the sails and stuff, chat. And she's like seeing all this. She's like just freaking the fuck out. She's like, oh, fucking shit. She just can't believe what she's seeing. And, you know, she turns around and, like, she's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get the fuck. And she's trying to run the other way. Trying to run the other way at this point. And then, but then she's knocked her. She starts being chased by some of the pirates, chat. And she falls, like, below deck. And they lift her up in the air with this blanket. She goes, oh! She's all screaming and shit. And then the little fucking monkey's just fucking with her, chat. It's a little zombie skeleton monkey. It's like, It's like, oh, it's fucking horrifying. Jeez, that little monkey's a son of a bitch, by the way. Little Captain Barbossa's monkey pal. Little monkster, and he's hopping around. Chad just trying to claw her fucking eyes out. She's just freaking out with everything that she's seeing at this point. She's like hiding and shit. And eventually the whole crew's coming towards her. Like, I gotta go back inside the cabin. And then fucking Captain Barbossa, he comes out, and this fucking reveal is great. This entire fucking reveal is amazing with Barbossa, as she goes in and is just like, see, the moonlight shows us for what we are. And it's like, I'm tired of starving to death, but not dying. I'm tired of never being able to quench my thirst and dying of dehydration. I'm tired of not being able to feel the warmth of a woman's flesh. We're cursed men, Miss Turner. You best start believing in ghost stories. You're in one! And it's revealed from it's like, holy fucking shit, chat. And when she sees it, she just goes, ah! And he takes like to sell the effect. He fucking uncorks this fucking wine bottle, shit, just guzzles it. And it's all going through between his fucking ribs and shit. It's like, holy shit, it's horrifying. And she goes fucking right back into the goddamn cabin. Chad just starts hiding. And Barbossa's like, ah! And they all start fucking laughing, having a good time. He's like, what the fuck are you laughing at? Back to work. And he goes back inside the cabin. It's a great goddamn scene. Elizabeth Swann. Oh, no, it's not the same character. Her name is Elizabeth Swann, not that Bella Swan. It's not her. Thankfully, it's not her ancestor. But it's a great scene. It's a great reveal. And the thing is, chat, that's what I want to say, because I often say in my reviews, hey, early 2000 CGI does not hold up, but a lot of the CGI in this movie does hold up, particularly with the whole skeleton crew. It's really fun. They do fun things with them. There's some great scenes later on. We'll get to it later. And they do some practical effects, too. Occasionally, but Gore Verbinski had the hindsight to think, okay, CGI, you're gonna know it's CGI. I mean, it looks like CGI, but it's fine. But he knew like CGI typically looks better at night, or when it's masked with like blues and grays and blacks and things. And that's what he did. That was the color palette he uses when he has these CGI monstrosities on screen. And it looks fucking good. It's really goddamn good. It's very impressive. And like I was like, shit, this looks good. This movie is nearly 17 years old. Or it will be 17 years old. And it looks as, I could see, hey, the movie looked this good now, wouldn't even question it, chat. Great goddamn effects. And it's cool to reveal. Eventually, Chad, we cut back to Jack Sparrow and Will. They make port at Tortuga. And it's as it was said earlier by individual, it is fucking Hooker City here, Chad. It's Hooker Town, where everyone is just drinking and lusting, having the sex. And Johnny, he's being, he's walking up, and Will's is kind of disgusted by everything. It's like Tortuga, where a man can find happiness anywhere for a price. And he goes down there, and he sees this one woman walk up to him, and he goes, Scarlett, how you doing? And she just goes, bah! She slaps him, and he's like turns to Will, and he goes, I don't think I deserve that. And this other one comes up to him, and he's like, "Oh, Moxie, how are you doing?" And she goes, "Who is that?" And she slaps him, and he's like, and Will's like, He's like, "I might have deserved that." And eventually, though, they have to find a specific individual, and this person, Chad, it's Mr. Gibbs. It's creepy buttered noodles, Mr. Gibbs, and he's sleeping with the pig's chat because he's filled with buttered noodles, and they fucking throw water on him. He goes, "Ah!" He's like, "Jack, Jesus Christ, you know it's a bad thing to wake a man while he's sleeping." And he goes, "Yes, but in order, it's bad luck." But he goes, "Yes, it is bad luck. But if that man who did the unwaking were to buy that man a drink, then it would negatively cancel out the effect of that initial waking." He goes, "Yeah, it sounds good. Could I get off a side of buttered noodles?" He goes, "Hell yeah, I will." He goes, "Great." And he gets him, lifts him up, Chad, and then Will just throws his other fucking pail full of water. He goes, "I'm already fucking awake." And he goes, "That was for the smell, because he's been sleeping in fucking pig shit, Chad, for hours." And eventually they go to a bar. People just fucking bar fights and shit, which again is from, I think, from the ride too. You see like inside of a bar, maybe. Or you see Tortuga. Most of the ride takes place in Tortuga. So you see like people just fucking drinking all that shit. And they, Jack Sparrow's like, "Listen, we're going to go drink. We're going to talk business. You go ahead and keep an eye out, okay?" And he fucking sits down with Mr. Gibbs. And Mr. Gibbs is like, "What do you fucking want to do, Jack? What's the plan? Get a crew together, go pirating?" He goes, "Yes, we're going to go after the Black Pearl." He goes, the Black Pearl? Are you serious?" And he goes, "Yes, man, I'm fucking serious." He's like, "Are you sure about that?" Captain Barbossa, he's been fucking a wave of destruction for years now. You'd be crazy to do this. Like, I would be crazy, but I have something. Mr. Gibbs is like, "What are you saying?" And Jack Sparrow's like, and Gibbs is like, "I don't know." He's like, the fucking him, the kid. And Lauren Emblem's like, "Are you guys talking about me?" No, you're good. Keep doing what you're doing. And Mr. Gibbs is like, "What about the boy?" He goes, "That right there is the spawn of Bootstrap Bill Turner." He goes, "That's the son of Bootstrap?" He goes, "Yes, indeed. And he is just the leverage we need to initiate a parlay with Captain Barbossa." And Will's like hearing all this. She's like, "The fuck are they talking about? I don't like the sound of this. Is Jack betraying me? Am I getting bamboozled by Captain Jack Sparrow, perhaps?" And at this point, Mr. Gibbs is like, all right, I like this. So we're going to fucking parlay Barbossa. You're going to have the Black Pearl." He goes, "Yes, I'm going to need a crew to help me." And he goes, "I will find the craziest sons of bitches out there and get these people for you. We're going to fucking do this. We're going to fucking do this." Yeah! They use the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers hand grab thing. Just, yes, Dylan. Just like that shit. We're going to get ourselves a goddamn great crew. That's what we're doing. Eventually, we cut, and it's like it's the wee hours of the morning, and Mr. Gibbs, he's showing off the new crew. It's like, they may not look like much, but they're all worth their fucking salt. And you see this, it looks like a sorry fucking crew. It's all a bunch of crazy people. They got like a little dwarf who's like, "Hey, I'm worth my salt." And we go down the line, we see this one guy, Mr. Cotton, and he has like a little parrot, and Jack is like, "I want to talk to this guy." He's like, "You can't, sir." He's like, "Mr. Cant, I have a question for you. Will you have the honor to sail under a pirate for ill-gotten gains and booty?" And the guy's just staring at him. He's like, "Mr. Cotton, you have to speak to me." And he's like, he can't, sir. He got his tongue cut out. He goes, his tongue. And Jack's like, "Ooh, fuck, Jesus Christ." But we've had the parrot. We trained the parrot to talk for him. And he goes, "Yes, yeah, well, unfurl the sails. We kind of take that as a yes. He goes, "Excellent, perfect." And he goes down the line, and he sees this one very feminine-esque looking individual, and he's like, "Who the hell?" He tips the hat over, and it's like, "Who is it, chat? Who is it?" Lifts the hat up. It's Zoe Saldana, and she goes, smacks, and she smacks him, and he goes, "Ooh," and Will turns like, "I suppose you didn't deserve that one." He goes, "No, I definitely deserve that one." And she's, "Where the fuck?" I forgot Zoe Saldana was in this. I'm shocked she was in the rest of the series. I felt like they were going to establish a little bit of a romance between her and Jack, but she's only in the first movie. She's only in the first movie, chat. Very underused. This is, chat, remember, this is before Zoe Saldana was Zoe Saldana. Like, this was one of her first big films that she was a part of, but she was just kind of a bit character. That's all she was. She's very much a tertiary character. But I really like just this one scene that she has and another scene later in the movie. And it kind of hints that she warms up to Jack later on. I don't know. I think it would have been kind of cool to see her be the love interest or kind of the fellow pirate compatriot to Jack, but she never came back in the sequels. I don't know why. Maybe she was interested in doing other things. They thought about bringing her back. They should have. I think it would have been fun. But again, it was a minor role. But she does a very good job in this scene. She dedicates. She's just fucking pissed. She goes, "Where the fuck is my boat?" And he goes, she says, "Why the fuck did you steal my boat?" He's like, "I didn't steal it. I borrowed it without asking." She goes, "Where is it?" And she goes, "It sank." She goes, "It fucking sank." He goes, Listen, I'm going to make it up to you. And Will Turner's like, hey. Jack's like, "Well, we'll make it up for you. I'll give you another boat." And Will Turner's, "Yes, we'll give you another boat. And we'll give you," and she's like, "What boat?" And he goes, "That boat," and points to the Interceptor. And Jack's like, "That boat?" And she goes, I'll fucking accept that. I'll fucking accept that. And Jack's like, "Shit, I like this new boat, but fine. We all agree to fucking go after the Black Pearl with me." And they're like, "Aye," and they all go to the fucking boats and shit. At this point, Jack's like, "Fuck, I really want that boat." And, eventually, Jack, he goes on off. And Mr. Gibbs, and Will Turner goes with him. And Mr. Gibbs is like, "So you know exactly where we're going?" He's like, "Of course I do. It's where my fucking heart, the desire is the compass, chat." And they all board the fucking boats. And he's like, "Hey, we got a good crew. The worth of salt. What's the worst that could fucking happen? What's the worst that can happen?" And they're caught in a giant fucking storm, Chad. A giant storm. And the boat's getting rocked back and forth. It's fucking chaos, Chad. Huge swells. Huge waves. The little dwarf's going, He's being thrown all around, Chad. Gotta tie him down to his fucking lifelines. Hamilton won. And Jimmy Harbaugh won. I think in the 5 days, Zoe didn't like the filming process of Pirates of the Caribbean. Personal reason, no cast or crew. Oh, interesting. Didn't like the filming process of Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. No, good to know, though. Thank you for bringing that detail, Harbaugh one. But everyone's fucking freaking out because in the middle of a fucking storm. But Jack, he's the only one that seems to be calm at this point. And Will's like, "How the fuck does he know where he's going if a compass doesn't point north?" "Aye, lad, but we're not going north now, are we?" And eventually, Jack, he leads them out of the storm, Chad, this huge fucking monsoon. And they're going towards the island of Cortez, with the cursed Aztec treasure. And, they're going down. They see all these other ships that were destroyed. Apparently, the only people that can get there are the people who know how to get there from the beginning. This lost island, which means like it's an island that no one can find unless you've been there, which is stupid, but fair enough. And at this point, Mr. Gibbs is taking a shine to Orlando Bloom. They're always talking and stuff. And, Mr. Gibbs, he let slip that Jack was originally the captain of the Black Pearl, because William didn't know this. Bill Turner didn't know. He says, "What the fuck? He's the captain?" "Yeah." But he was betrayed by his first mate, Captain Barbosa. And he was marooned an island and left with with a pistol and a single shot. And Will's like, "Why would the guy leave him with a single shot and a single pistol?" "Because after 3 days of starving to death without any water, any rum, that pistol's looking mighty fine, mighty friendly. It's supposed to do yourself in, really." And at this point, Jack, he escaped, and he's been on a quest of vengeance against Barbosa for so long. Will's like, "How the fuck did he escape the island?" And Mr. Gibbs is like, "I actually don't know." And then Jack, who's been listening for the past 5 minutes, is like, "Oh, that's the thing." As Mr. Gibbs says, he managed to wrestle himself some sea turtles and make a raft of sea turtles and escape. And Will's like, "How the fuck? What did he use for a rope for the sea turtles?" And Mr. Gibbs is like, "I don't fucking know, actually. That's a good question." And then Jack pipes in, "I use human hair from my back." That's a lot of hair. That's a lot of fucking back hair, Jim. We all got back hair, all right? But Jesus Christ, that's some thick fucking back hair. That's a carpet if you use that to manage to tie a whole bunch of sea turtles and escape. Eventually, chat, they see the Black Pearl. It's good. It's resting. It's made birth right there, chat. And they're like, "Okay, we got to sneak on over. All right, we're gonna get the fucking Bonnie Lass. There's gonna be a stealth mission. Will, you're gonna come with me. Stealth mission. You guys hang out here. Don't get fucking bamboozled. All right, that's how we're gonna work." And so eventually they go inside. So Will and Jack, they go inside the little the cavern, chat. This underwater cavern. It's all fucked up. And at this point, Jack saying, "Listen, Will, I know that you think you're above pirates, but you are a pirate." He's like, "I'm no goddamn pirate." He's like, "Yes, you are. All right. You have an instant knack for sailing. You commandeered and stole a ship from the British Royal Navy, and you're completely obsessed with treasure. We see all this fucking gold in the water, chat, just shimmering." And Orlando Bloom's like, "I'm not obsessed with treasure. All right." He goes, "Treasure's not always gold and diamonds, Will. Sometimes a big bazoonga girl." And it's true. In this case, eventually, we go. They observe what's going on in the cave, and they see all the other crewmates of the Black Pearl there, and Barbosa's doing this fucking epic speech And this point is like, yes. Fucking Baldy and Dwight from the British Office, chat, they're all happy because they got some good old loot from Port Royale and they pour it out, chat, but just a bunch of just a bunch of lady dresses. And they're like, oh, shit. And they're like trying them on and stuff like that. And he's like, don't worry, buddy. Okay, we'll be rich men and we'll be able to get you an actual glass eye. He goes, yes, wooden eye's terrible. It itches something fierce. He's like, stop scratching it. Stop scratching it. And then one guy looks at him just like, ugh, so dismissive of him. And Captain Barbosa's like, hey, we've been fucked for years now, for over a decade at this point. We all want to drink wine and eat good food and have copious amounts of lustful sex. And now that we can feel all that good stuff. And now that we can, then we got this fucking girl, all right? And he takes her fucking hand, cuts her goddamn hand, puts the thing in there, and she goes like, that's it. We're not gonna fucking kill you yet. And they fucking drop it. They fucking the big old pot of Aztec cursed gold, chat, ready to die. Thanks for the 100 biddies. Hard to watch Shop Mall again because of you. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the commentary and video reaction. Thank you for your incredible support. Thank you for the 100 biddies. And so they drop it in there, and they're waiting for it. They're like, And then Baldy's like, I don't feel any different. How do we know that it happened? Barbossa's like, ugh. He takes out his fucking pistol, and he shoots Baldy, and he goes, Gah! And the one guy goes, you're not dead. He goes, yeah, I'm not. He shot me. And they go, wait, the fucking blood didn't work. We got all the gold pieces, though. It's 834 pieces. We got every single one. And fucking Barbossa's like, the fuck? And he goes, well, what is your name? What is your name? Are you the daughter of William Bootstrap Turner? And she goes, no. And he's like, fuck, God. And he fucking backhands her, chat, backhands her. Medallion falls with her, and she lands, chat. He lands. And the whole crew is just really pissed off at Barbossa at this point, just really fucking mad. Meanwhile, Johnny's like, okay, listen, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to fucking work this all out, so you take it easy. Just don't do anything that you would do, like something stupid. But Will, he fucking bonks Johnny Depp on the head, saying, I'm sorry, Johnny. I'm not going to be your goddamn leverage. And then Will, he absconds with Elizabeth Turner, chat, and they head back to the Interceptor with the rest of the crew. And the crew are like, what happened to fucking Johnny Depp? And he fell behind. The thing is, chat, if you fall behind, according to the Pirates crew or the Pirates code, you fall behind, you're left behind, motherfucker. Dem's the goddamn rules. And meanwhile, Johnny comes to, good old Captain Jack Sparrow. He's like, fuck. And he's like, oh, shit. And he's like kind of all fucked up and he's severely concussed. Thank you, Go Versus Fish. Revenants Behold. We listen to Tales of the Sea. We do indeed Go Versus Fish. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the subscription. 5 months, 4 months away from front pooping out that Twitch, baby, my friend. I'm a goat. Or maybe I'm a fish for this. Maybe I'm a fish for this review. I think in honor of Pirates of the Caribbean, I will be a fish for this very review. Hope you're doing very well. Thank you for your support, my friend. And so he's like all derpy, and he like starts to walk out, and the whole crew of the Black Pearl like, it's you. You're supposed to be done. He's like, I'm not. He like walks away. But then all the people pull pistols on him. He's like, oh shit. And he walks again towards the other crew. Like, I think he got severely concussed. Shit. He's like extra derpy now. He's like, oh shit. And it's like, we're gonna fucking take you prisoner, Johnny Depp. And so then they bring him back to the fucking boat. And at this point, Captain Jack is like, he said that's the whole thing he's doing. He's like, parsley, celery, and then Dwight from the office goes, parlay. He's like, yeah, parlay for all, yes, take me to your captain. And fucking Baldy's like, fuck, I hate parlay. And so then Jack is taken to Captain Barbossa. At this point, it's been years since Captain Barbossa and Captain Jack Sparrow have seen each other at this point. And there's a lot of bad blood. Captain Barbossa's the one that betrayed him all those years ago, mutinying him, left on that fucking island. He's like, I can't believe you're fucking alive, Jack. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe you're still fucking sailing, you undead son of a bitch. Having a good back and forth. But he's like, listen, Barbossa, this is what I'll do for you. This is my deal for you. I'll leave you on a fucking island with the rest of the crew, right? We got a hype train going. Oh my God, Bilbo Baggins, only 3 feet tall. That would be the French. That's right. That's a great line. Curse the man who ever came up with the word parlay. That would be the French. Chat, we got a hype train. Thank you, Bilbo, for the 100 biddies. Well, chat, maybe I'll take a momentary break just to enjoy this hype train right now. Thank you. Very, very kind. Casvey coming here at the 5 biddies. We're at the meeting point between Barbossa and Jack Sparrow. Let's go ahead and enjoy this hype train. Woo! Thank you. Mr. Revan Wu, indeed. Very, very kind. It's a longer review than I thought it would be. I knew it would be a longer review. It's a great movie. A lot of intimate, specific detail. Chris, here's the 300 biddies. Let's go. Yeah, Chad, we can get to level 5. Level 500%. I will do an audio and video commentary of Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. The Ultimate Edition. Thank you. Firewolf coming there with the 13 biddies. Thank you for the support. Glee of the 200 biddies. Hype Train. Choo choo. Chugga 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 chugga. Thank you, chat. Wow, wee woo. Colonel Useless, good to see you. Hope you're doing very well, my friend. Thank you for all the support today. Thank you, DeCarlox. Rum break indeed. Why is the rum gone? Why is the rum gone? Oh, the rum is gone. Quist, welcome to stream. Thank you for Brando. Apparently, Hugh Jack was the producer's tough to play Jack Sparrow, but Disney wouldn't allow him to cast him because they didn't consider him to be big enough of a start at the time. Really, Jim Carrey was offered the role, but turned him down to make Bruce Wayne. Wow, we could have got Jim Carrey as Jack Sparrow. That would have been interesting to see. Huh, that would have been very interesting. Martha. Yeah, Martha Snyder. For that movie, Indy and Nia Brownie coming in with the twerking. Always twerking the chaos, chat. Always twerking that chaos. I love it. Govers, especially the 10B donation. Thank you, chat. This shit was loving the show. Thank you, Beauty. No, thank you, Beauty Crave. Happy to have you guys here. And Bilbo Baggins on the tall. Thank you so much for the 15 biddies. Wow, chat. And Chris Ayers, I see you coming in here for another 300 biddies as well. Thank you, Lucy, Juicy, ND Kinpin there. That's why I try to keep it loose. Try to keep it easy. Jets have fun. Just here to have fun every day. Josh with 10 gifted subs. Oh my God. Wow, Josh, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, my friend. Oh, that's going to increase the chat. That fucking pumped out those numbers, chat. Pumped up those numbers. Thank you. Oh, boy. We get to level 5, chat. I will have to do a full-length video and audio commentary of the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman. Oh, shit, we're at level 4 already. Oh, shit, it's close. It's close. Oh, thank you, chat. Thank you so much for the support. There you go. The broccoli boy indeed. My sweet baby broccoli eating boy indeed, chat. No question. Salutes and broccoli. And we are fash. Indeed, Hardball 1. Thank you, chat. I'm glad you've been enjoying this review. It's been a fun one. It's a great movie. And Josh with another 3 gifted subs. Thank you. For Tapwater, 34. And Lightning's Erg. Thank you. And Casfay coming in with 5 biddies. My heart's a pitter-pattering as we speak. Thank you. Oh, chat. Now we're at level 5. We're very fucking close. We're very fucking close. There's Jack Sparrow where the crew playing the swords have. Yeah, it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? Please. This is the day that you'll almost make me watch Batman v Superman. Dawn of Justice. Bum 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 bum. General Sorty, thank you for the 100 biddies. Good to see you, General Sorty. Hope you've been doing very well. And Bilbo Baggins 1K with another 100 biddies, chat. Thank you. Why is the rum gone? Only 3 feet tall. The greatest hobbit of Middle Earth. Right behind you is Samwise Gamgee. Saved the goddamn world. Saved all of Middle Earth, baby. Did it him fucking self. I mean, Frodo helped, but, you know, Sam got the job done. Sam got the goddamn job done, chat. Chris Ayers, thank you for the 300 biddies. Why is the rum gun? That's why. Thank you for the 300 biddies. Thank you, Harbour, with the 100 biddies. Look at that lucky, look at that little 3-leaf clover. Review as long as the movie. It will be. It will be as long as one of those reviews, chat. I was thinking, like, should I do a cartoon review today? Should I do a cartoon review? I might not. We'll see how long this lasts. Oh, thank you for the overwhelming support, chat. Very, very kind of you. And all of a sudden, I just want a little piece, actually want a big old hawking piece of that Frodo ass. He was lost after Frodo. Missed opportunity just like a pirate. I know. Some missed opportunities. Vanny, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here, Vanny. Hope you're doing well. You know Joe Booty? Yes, I looked at some of their content on Patreon and also Twitch. I am aware of them. Yeah. Zack Snyder talks about how adult BVS is, and then has the relationship of them fight to be our mother's the same name. That has some preschool. It is. It is. Jedi G-Man, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. Just in the middle of a review for Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Great movie. Wonderful film. I'm just currently enjoying a hype train right now, and Chris, there's another 300 biddies, a very generous 300 biddies. Thank you. We're seeing we get to 100%, because if we get to level 500%, I will do, for my Patreon commentaries, I will do the Ultimate Edition of BVS. I'll park my ass down, and I'll watch that movie and provide you with my intimate, specific insights to that film. Do you like rabbits, Chris? I like rabbits? Like bunny? I mean, they're fine. Now we're known a rabbit. But I got nothing against it. And Josh coming in there with another 3 gifted subs, chat. Wow, we were 11% of the away. Just 11% away from a goddamn special edition commentary. Casve coming there with another 5 biddies. Heart's still a pitter-patter, and thank you, chat. Glee with 100 biddies. Thank you, chat. Chris Ayers another 50 biddies. 6%. Ooh, chat. Can we do it? Can we fucking do it? I think we might be able to do it. I think it might happen. And Firewolf nailed. Firewolf is like, I will take it upon myself to get us over the finish line. There you go, chat. I will do. I will do. You know, just because, you know, you did that, chat, because of your support, that was overwhelming. I made the executive decision. Chat, for the Batman v Superman review. Or excuse me, I will review that movie. But the Batman v Superman full-length audio and video commentary, I will make that free on my Patreon when I release it. It'll be made free. You don't even need to subscribe. You'll have access to it for free. That's what it'll do, chat. I'll make it free for you guys because you were so supporting. Thank you. Harper One for the 300 biddies coming there right there as well. Thank you, chat. I will make that commentary and video reaction free for all of you. Yeah, you'll be able to see it. You can just go to the Patreon, instantly be able to access. Don't even need to subscribe, since you guys are so supportive right now. That's what I'll do. You deserve it. Yay, we did it. We get to torture Chris. I don't know. I think it might have been delayed because of the thing. Bilbo Baggins coming in there with another 15 biddies. Thank you. Thank you so much. It'll be the best 3 hours of your day. Will it, though? Will it? Will it, though? Chugga, chat. 17 subs and 2,413 biddies, chat. Thank you for that amazing support. Thank you. Have you ever heard your Gov is opening? I have to say, yeah. Abbott. Not a fan of him. Sadly, chat. Sadly. Oh, my God. Thank you for all the support. That was amazing, chat. Tom Spear, great parts of the Caribbean rendition. Thank you. I haven't drank. I didn't even get myself another drink. I think I might just do that, chat. This support has been incredible tonight on this stream. Thank you. I will continue the review in just a bit, chat. We might forego the animated review. We'll see. Actually, I might do the animated review. It's not a long episode, so we'll do that, chat. These Infinity Train episodes are relatively short, after all. But thank you so much, chat, for all that generosity. As I said before, chat, we were doing this hype train. I said, hey, early on the stream, if we get to, because Chris Ayers asked, if we get to level 500%, I'll do the uncut, director's cut version of Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice commentary and video reaction. I'll be doing these reviews later in the month as well. Actually, I might even start doing them next week, honestly, in preparation for Zack Snyder's Justice League. I'll do I'll do Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League, leading into the Justice League release. But as I said before, if we got to level 500%, I would do the full commentary and video reaction, which I do on my Patreon. Typically, that's available at the tier 5 level, but because you guys are support, I'm going to make that commentary and video reaction available to you guys for free. So you don't even have to be subscribed to my Patreon. You'll have instant access to it since you guys were just so supportive. 5% Martha. That's what I'm going to do, chat, since you guys were very, very kind of that. So thank you. And I'll do something special. What I probably will do, you know what I'll end up doing? For those tier 5 subscribers, I'll make the I'll do Justice League 2017 as well, probably. Hold me to it, chat. I'm gonna do Justice League 2017 audio and video commentary as well. So that's what I'll do. I think that'll be cool. I think everyone will like that. So again, thank you for the support. Thank you across all platforms, chat. Again, this is, oh my God, Xvour Gaming, chat. Please check out Xvour Gaming's channel. Give him some support. Follow him. Subscribe to him. We'd appreciate that. Playing the video games quite often, chat. BVS watch party. Oh, I don't know. I want to do that. That'll be a long watch party. Oh boy. So I was watching different channels at the same time. I don't know. I think if you have 2 tabs open, sure. Yeah, if you have 2 tabs open. Thank you, Xvour Gaming, for all those gifted subs. Chat, we have had. I mean, technically, chat, we've had 39 gifted subs tonight, or just subs in general. Thank you so much for the overwhelming support. That's incredible. Did someone say, wow. Thank you, guys. Yeah. I'm going to make Batman v Superman available for free. And I'll do Justice League for the, just an addition. Just to have it out there for the subscribers. Seems fair, chat. Like I said, it's going to be my DC Kaiju month. So if you like the big monster movies too, check out those comments, video reactions, showing some love to the ref. Xvour Gaming, thank you for showing that love. I'm going to chat. I'm going to go ahead and raise my glass to you. I'm going to come back and finish my review for Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. But let me get some more rum in honor of Jack Sparrow, in honor of you guys for your incredible support. Seriously, thank you for that, chat. That was amazing. That was a hype train and a half. Thank you. I'll be right back. Please entertain yourselves amongst yourselves and stick around, baby. I'll be back. I was going to have a fun time editing this one. Cheers and salute to you, editor extraordinary Alex Mellon. Cheers to all you guys and your incredible support tonight. Seriously, thank you. I'm going to get back to my review in just a second. But no, this has been amazing. It's been an amazing night. I really do appreciate it. May the wings of luminous of feather. You're shaking the pillows of heaven as we speak. Cheers and salute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rum is still here, chat. The rum is with me. Hey, you're Brightburn. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very well. Good to see you, Randall. What did you mix with your? I sadly no rum, but I have some whiskey. What I did was I have a little bit of I have whiskey, Maker's Mark. I have some pineapple mango juice. I added a black cherry. These really nice black cherries you can buy, chat. Same one that Corey's been talking about on Double Toasted. Got that in there. I have some carbonated soda water. And a little bit of lemon juice in there, chat. Maybe it's kind of, I don't have any egg whites in here right now, but it's a very good drink. It's a very good drink, chat. Quenches the thirst. Quenches the thirst. But now, my friends, I got what's good to see you. We got to go at 69 viewers. Nice. Hot. Let's go ahead and get back to this review, chat. So, Jack Sparrow and Captain Barbossa are negotiating. And Captain Barbossa is like, okay, so you're telling me that you're going to leave me and my crew on Desert Island. You're going to sail away with the ship, and you're just going to give us a fucking name for the person that we need. And he's like, Captain Jack's like, no, mate, no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you on that island. I'm going to take your ship, and I'm going to shout it to you as I sail away. And Barbosa's like, I ain't fucking having that. I ain't fucking having that, all right? And Jack, he's like, he takes an apple, and he just starts eating the fucking apple because he knows Barbossa loves apples. He loves his fucking Granny Smith green apples. Shay, no, he can't taste. He just starts fucking eating it. And he's like, listen, man, you're the one that mutinied against me, so we're going to go with my fucking word. But, oh, not Chad. Fucking the crew says we got the interceptor in our sights, sir. And they all go up to the top of the fucking ship, and they all see it, Chad. The Black Pearl is approach interceptor, Chad. They're going to take it. They need fucking Elizabeth Swann. They're going to take down that goddamn crew. And at this point, Barbossa's like, all right, fuck it. Take Jack. Jack's like, listen, let me just send me over there. I'll talk to them and negotiate with them, and we can come to a nice parlay. And Barbossa's like, I'm done with all the fucking parlays, all right? You can go down the fucking brig. That's where you're going to be. I'm not sending you over there back to him so you can escape. No, fuck that. Get back into the brig. And Jack's like, hey, suit yourself. You want some apple? Gives the apple to him. And Barbossa just looks at the apple. And apparently, this was improvised by Jeffrey Rush, chat, during this, which is pretty cool. He just looks at the apple and he fucking throws it. He fucking yeets that fucking apple. Was not in the script, chat. I thought that was kind of cool. He said, like, he was just so pissed off that he can't enjoy his favorite food that he just fucking yeets the fuck out of the apple. Thought that was a cool little scene there that he added to the to that moment. He does a great job as the villain in the film, chat, Barbossa. I don't like any of the other villains in the other movies. Like, I thought, like, what's his name? like they did the Blackbeard movie. I forget who played Blackbeard, that one actor, but they don't give him enough to do. But Barbossa does a great job. Jeffrey Rush does a great job. Eventually, at this point, like the Black Pearl, they're fucking closing the Interceptor, and the whole crew of the Interceptor, they're all freaking the fuck out. Mr. Gibbs freaking out. And it's like the Interceptor is like, this is the fastest ship in the sea. Mr. Gibbs says, yeah, that's the fucking Black Pearl. That's a cursed goddamn ship. It's gonna catch us no matter what. And Will and Elizabeth say, we gotta fucking just eject as much of our fucking shit on the ship to just move faster. We gotta try to outrun it. And then Barbossa sees this. He's like, get out the fucking oars. And they got out these giant oars, Chad. And they're just like, woo! Woo! And then that just gives them the extra speed. And they're, you know, even Zoe's down. I was like, hey, that was a great idea, Elizabeth, but at this point we're fucked. And she says, no. What we gotta do is we gotta bamboozle them. So we're going to bring ourselves around to them and start firing. Fill the fucking cans with anything you got. Because they throw the cannonballs. He's like, fill with anything you have. Put forks, knives, sporks into the cannons. We'll just fire them all off. And we're going to put the anchor down. So they start filling the fucking cans of all this nonsense. Chad Gibbs is drinking. The little dwarf guy takes his little flask and puts it in there, Chad. Meanwhile, Jack, he's being put into the brig. There's a leak. He's like, I think there happens to be a leak down here. He doesn't give a fuck. They put him in there, Chad, and he's like, shit. And he's watching the battle as it's about to take place. And eventually, Chad, what they do is they release the fucking anchor while the ship is moving, and this causes the Interceptor to just kind of like stop and pulls it around, Chad. They come on the other side of the Black Pearl, and Barbossa's like, holy fucking shit, they're bamboozling us. And so like fucking start firing, and they start firing. They can't fire everything. They're like fucking Nero from Star Trek 2009. And they start firing all their goddamn cannons. Mr. Lowry, thank you for the 105 biddies. Sport cannon is best cannon. Sport cannon is indeed best cannon. Thank you, Mr. Lowry. And the rum too, and the rum too. And they start firing. And Jack is like, stop blowing holes in my ship, please. And they start attacking everything. The crew goes over. And, of course, Jack's crew is getting overwhelmed by all the goddamn pirates. At one point, Will, he goes down in there because he's going to get, like, more, gunpowder. But he gets fucking locked down in the goddamn ship. Kills it up, Chet. He's fucking stuck because all this debris can't do nothing. Eventually, Elizabeth, she's grabbing a fucking gun. She's shooting all this shit. Big old fucking hole is blasted through Johnny Depp's cell. He manages to escape, and he starts fucking running up. And we have the bum, 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 on a bum, 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 bum. Wonderful choreography, chat. A lot of practical effects here. Just having a whole bunch of fun. People fall in the water, getting blasted in the face. What's not to love? It's a wonderful family Disney picture, chat. Have this one pirate from Barbossa's crew swings on over, chat. And he goes, oh, Johnny Depp grabs his rope, and he goes, thanks, mate. And Johnny Depp, he swings on over. He helps his guy, Mr. Gibbs. He's like, Jack! He's like, Mr. Gibbs, you dropped this because the flask hit Johnny in the fucking face. And he goes back to him. It's empty, by the way. And they have a nice little duel at this point. But eventually, Barbossa's crew overwhelms Jack's crew, right? And Elizabeth, she's trying to fucking help Will, who's drowning inside the bowels of the ship. She's trying to get him out, but then she is absconded with Chet. They take her away. And Will's like, fuck. And so eventually, they're all taken to Barbossa's ship, and they explode the Interceptor. They explode the Interceptor, and they go, oh, fuck, Elizabeth's like, you fucking murderous assholes. I fucking hate you. And even Johnny's like, oh, shit, that's not great. That's not great for anyone involved. But then all of a sudden, fucking Legolas, he shows up, and he's like, Barbossa, fuck you, Barbossa. And he's like, free the goddamn crew, free Elizabeth Swann, all right? And he's like, and Barbossa's like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, I am William Turner. And the crew's like, fucking Bootstrap Bills, kid. Holy shit, this is actually Bootstrap Bills. And Johnny's like, don't do that. Don't. Oh, you fucked it up. And he's like, why we be doing what you ask, lad? And it's like, because you need my blood. And he's like, I'll blow my fucking head off and send myself to Davy Jones' hentai locker. And he does have hentai, chat, because his face is hentai. And at this point, he's like, no, not the hentai locker, no. And he's like, we need your fucking blood. He's like, all right, let's work out a fucking deal. He's like, what would you ask of us, lad? And he's like, you got to let Elizabeth Swann go, and you have to make sure that no harm comes to the crew. And Barbossa's like, and Johnny's like, and You give me the Black Pearl. You give me the ship. You give me, and this is fucking, and Orlando's ignoring him. He's not paying any attention. And Barbossa's like, deal. And then we cut chat, and they're fucking, they have Elizabeth walking the plank. And Orlando Bloom's like, what the fuck, man? You said that you'd let her go. Yes, we let her go. But you didn't say the manner in which we let her go. She's walking the plank. And so she's walking the plank at this point. And Moses is like, oh, hold on now. The last thing I want to do is to send such a pretty thing to the depths below. I be needing that dress back, love. And she's like, fuck you. And everyone's going, ooh. And she takes the dress off and he throws it in and goes, hi, it's still warm. And he throws the dress to one of his other crewmates at this point. And one of the crew's like, it's too long. And he hits the goddamn plank and she falls in the fucking water, chat. And then Johnny, they're all like, ah, ha, ha, ha. They're all laughing. And then Jack Sparrow's like, ha, ha, it was funny when you knocked her off. And they're like, oh, shit, wait, you're throwing me off the plank? And at this point, Barbossa's like, this time, Jack, there be no escaping. If you'll notice, that is the same small island we left you on 10 years ago. He's like, oh, I remember that island. That island sucks. And he goes, well, walk the fucking plank. And he goes, wait a minute. The last time you gave me a pistol for a single shot, can you please bequeath that to me? He's like, well, of course I'll do that for you. That's the one thing I can do for you, Jack. Bring us Jack's pistol. And they bring his hat and his pistol and his cutlass and everything. And they give it to him. And he fakes him until he can't do it, he fucking throws it in the water. It's like, you know what? You know what you do, Jack? He's like, how about, Jack even says, he's like, hey, in this case, since there's two of us, how about you give us two pistols? He's like, no, you be getting one pistol. You should do the gentlemanly thing and shoot her yourself and do the honor of starving yourself to death. And he throws the fucking pistol and Johnny Depp goes, fuck, I need that pistol. And he goes right into the water, chat, grabs that shit. And him and Elizabeth, they make it onto the shore of this small little isle. He's the governor of that isle, as Barbossa like to say. And Johnny's like, that's the second time I've had to watch my fucking ship sail away like that. And Elizabeth's like, I'm sorry, Jack, I'm sorry. And he's like, at this point, Elizabeth's like, hey, what are we going to fucking do now? And Jack's like, not paying attention. He's like, I'm going to do what I did last time. He's like, okay, cool. We going to contact someone? Do you have a fucking plan? And he's like, yeah, I got a plan. And he starts like knocking on all these goddamn trees until eventually he comes to this one place in the middle of the island, the sandy thing. And he starts jumping out. It looks like it's giving way. And he opens it up. And it's like, because Elizabeth's like, how did you escape the first time? Jack, tell me. He's like, I was here a grand total of 3 days, love. And she's like, 3 fucking days? And he goes, yes, I knew that this was actually a cache for the rum runners. They come and get all the rum. And apparently they've been out of business for quite some time, thanks to your creepy Commodore Norrington, I imagine. But they still have all their wares. And she's like, are you telling me that you fucking spent 3 days drinking rum and getting drunk until someone came to rescue you? And she goes, fucking welcome to the Caribbean, lass. Here you go. And he hands her a fucking bottle of rum. She's like, I'm going to fucking bamboozle this drunk bastard. And we cut chats like it's nighttime and they're saying, yo ho, a pirate's life for me. I fucking love this song. You're having great. And it's like arm in arm saying all this shit. And Johnny's like, listen, this is going to be fucking great. What we're going to do, I'm going to get a new crew. I'm going to get a new ship. I'm going to get a Pearl Bat. I'm going to get a new Pearl. And you're going to be by my side. I love you. I love you so much. You're so pretty. And we're going to do that. And we're going to teach the crew the song. We're going to teach them the song. And we're going to sing all the time. Won't that be great? She goes, Dan, you'll be the greatest pirate that ever lived. And he goes, in the Spanish me, you'll be the greatest pirate in the Spanish. But he goes, no, love, no. In all of the world. And all of the ocean. That's what she wants. That's what I want. And she goes, the thing about a ship, it's not just the rigging and the sails and the steering. No. A ship is freedom. It gives you the ability to travel anywhere you've ever wanted, to live the life that you've dreamed of, not letting the man tell you what they want you to be. That is true freedom. And she's like, I'm a woman. Even though I'm rich and wealthy, I'm fucking sold as livestock. She could kind of see that appeal. You can kind of see that appeal at this point. And, and then, he starts fucking lusting after her. And she goes, and Jack, when he's like, you're quite pretty. He's like, you know what? You're quite pretty yourself. I'm going to need some help, need some company. And, of course, I will share my booty with you. And she goes, I don't think I'm quite drunk enough for that kind of talk right now, Captain Sparrow. He's like, indeed. We need more drinks. We need more drinks. To you, Miss Elizabeth Swan, to your love and to your newfound freedom. And he starts fucking drinking. She starts fake drinking with him. She's like, oh, fucking. You're like that fake toast. She just did this to bamboozle him until he just drinks himself to sleep. And then it cuts Chad's the morning at this point, and it's like all this smoke. And he's like, what's going on? And he fucking wakes up and he sees Elizabeth is burning all the fucking rum. And he goes, what are you doing? Why are you burning all the food, the rum? And he's like, well, why'd you do this? This is the rum. Yes, she says, yes, the rum is gone. He's like, why is the rum gone? Because we're not going to spend all our goddamn time here just drinking and eating all day, okay? That fucking fire I just set is 1,000 feet high, all right? And the British fucking Royal Navy is looking for us, okay? Just fucking a day or two. Just keep your eyes on the horizon, Captain Sparrow. They'll be with us. He's like, fuck you, bitch. That's my rum. It's the only thing that gave me any pleasure. And he's about to fucking shoot her. He wants to shoot her so bad. He's like, ooh, he just walks off. He's like, well, fuck you. And he just starts, is like, oh, the fucking rum's gone. The fucking rum. If I don't say, well, fucking, you're a goddamn pain in my ass. And then he sees Chad, the British Royal Navy, the SS Derpy is on the horizon. He goes, well, this is going to look good for me. And eventually we cut. Elizabeth and Jack have been rescued. Jack is fucking irons again at this point, and they're like, all right, we're going to go home. And Elizabeth Turner's like, no, fuck that. We got to go and get Will. And, you know, creepy Commodore Norrington and Governor Swan are like, no, we ain't fucking doing that. He resorted to piracy. We're not doing that, okay? And Jack Sparrow, and he's like, well, I kind of know where they are. It's like, fuck you, no one asked you. He's like, all right, fine, whatever. And he's like, listen, Jack knows where he is. We can go and rescue him. He's like, we're not going to do that. And Elizabeth Swan's like, fuck. All right, Commodore Norrington, do this request for me as a wedding gift. And he's like, what? And they're like, Governor Swan's like, Elizabeth, really? And he's like, yes, if you rescue Will Turner, I will marry you. Okay, let's go and get him. And he goes, Elizabeth, even though it's kind of shitty that you're just going to marry me because you want me to rescue sexy elf Legolas, fine, let's fucking do it. And the crew be like, fuck this. If I was a member of the crew, it's like, no, fuck that guy. I'm doing it because this guy wants to get married. I don't think you can do that as a British officer. But lo and behold, that's what they're fucking doing. That's what they're going to be doing, chat. And so eventually they get to the mysterious island. And Jack at this point, he's like, listen, we're going to do this little plan here. What we should all do is that you should wait on board. You should wait on board this ship, okay? And you should send me out there to negotiate. And Commodore Norton's like, fuck that. We're not doing that, okay? We're going to go out ourselves, and we're not going to bother with it. And we're gonna lock you up. But Jack, he fucking escapes with Elizabeth. She's locked in the officer cabin at that point, and she's like, "Well, no, I'm gonna go with Jack. I'm gonna go get Will myself." And so they go in there while Commodore Norrington and his crew are waiting in a whole bunch of little boats outside the area about to blast Barbossa and his people. And so they all go out. So Jack, and so at this point, Barbossa, he's like, we're back here again. Thank fucking God. And we're going to make sure to spill every drop of blood in this little whelp's neck. And right before he's about to do it, right before he's about to do that ceremony, fucking Jack's like, yeah, it's a party, pizza party. And they're like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, it's not possible. It's not probable. It's not, but it is possible, mate. It is possible. And like, how the fuck did you survive all this? It's a good reason. It's a very good reason. Because as soon as you do your little fucking Aztec mumbo jumbo ceremony, all right, the King's Royal Navy is right outside, ready to kill and or arrest all of you, okay? All right, that's what's going to happen right now. And Jack, he walks in up to the treasure, and he's fucking now. What I'm gonna do is this is my idea. You go out there right now, do what you guys do best, all right, and you kill every single last one. And he's like throwing all the gold medallions inside back in the box, but he keeps one, Shady keeps one himself, and he pockets it, talking about all this mutinous evil behavior. And Barbossa's like, well, what's in it for you? He says, listen. You have the making of your own pirate fleet. The SS Derpy is out there. Obviously, the grandest of all the ships in your fleet. And you will need someone to captain the Pearl. I will sail under your colors, okay? You make me your captain, right? And you get to start calling yourself Commodore Barbossa. And I'll buy you a very big hat. I know you love hats. I'll buy you a very big hat. And Barbossa's like, okay. All right, Jack, you got yourself a fucking deal. Bygones be gone, guys. Bygones be bygones, my friend. And they fucking shake on their mutinous little fucking deal. And Jack's like, to the boats. And Barbossa's like, hey. He's like, I'm sorry. That's your orders. And Will's like, you fucking were. Will sees Jack pocketing that coin. He's like, and he adds to the illusion. He's like, you were going to do this from the very beginning. Jack's like, yeah, I was. And Barbossa is like, he doesn't notice that whole like little secret little like knowing glance that Jack gives to Will at that point, and he's peeved that Jack's like, oh, I'm sorry, you're in command, and he goes, boys, take a walk, and Jack's like, take a walk, you're not going to the boats, and we get a fucking amazing shot. I love the CGI, and this is great, of the guys bum bum bum. Bum, 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 bum. As these guys are walking underwater, in the moonlight, we see them as skeletal, and they pass under the ship, and they become human again, and they walk under from out of the ship's shadow, and they become skeletal in the water. It's fucking great. It's fucking great. And eventually they start boarding the SS Derpy. Meanwhile, we cut to the Jupiter soldiers like, why didn't we just do what fucking Jack said and wait on the ship? I mean, isn't this more dangerous? And creepy Commodore Norrington goes, it's because Captain Jack Sparrow said it, and we don't trust that pirate motherfucker. It's like, all right, fair enough. But eventually, they all go up to the SS Derpy at that point, right? And they go up there, and they also Elizabeth she goes with I think so Jack goes in there, he goes in the cave, but Elizabeth, she goes to the Black Pearl, saying like, hey, all right, she infiltrates there, she beats the shit out of the two crew members that are still on the ship, and she frees the crew, that Jack's crew, and she's like, all right, let's go fucking get Jack and Will, all right, let's get to the boats, but no one's helping her, and she's like, guys, why the fuck you helping me, because we got the fucking pearl, and a pirate's left behind stays behind. She goes, the fuck, I mean, the fucking rules are more like guidelines than anything, help me, and the crew is like, sorry, we can't do that. She's like, oh, fuck you too. And so she goes there herself, Meanwhile, creepy Commodore Norrington's crew, they're being distracted by Dwight from The Office and Baldy, who are dressed up as big bazoongad ladies, chat. And they're fucking, and they're growing out there, and they're like, it's like Troy, except instead of a giant wooden horse, we're wearing dresses like ladies. Like, shut the fuck up. Keeps annoying the guy, and they start strangling him. He's like, and they're like, oh shit. And they see that they're all skeletal. And they're like, what the fuck? And they turn around, and they realize in the SS Derby that they have been boarded by skeletal cursed Aztec pirates. And they're like, ah! And we get a cool little sword battle between everybody, chat. Meanwhile, Governor Swan, chat, he hides inside the cabin, and he is later accosted by a pirate, chat, who tries to grab him with his skeletal hand, and he fucking knocks off the skeletal hand, chat, and this becomes like Evil Dead all of a sudden, because his whole big scene is he's constantly chased by a fucking Evil Dead-esque hand, chat, like Ash's hands, like, like grabbing his face and shit, and he hides it, he puts inside a dresser, he's like, oh fucking Jesus, and eventually, all this is going down, all these shenanigans. Elizabeth, she goes in there to help Will, and we see Will. He's still under guard by Barbossa. And like Jax is, looking at all the treasure, and Barbossa's like, I'm surprised by you, Jack. After everything we've been through, that you would agree to this. I'd figure it's someone on someone, you would make a deal with someone as untrustworthy as me. And Jack's like, no, mate, no. Listen, it's not. I would rather trust the untrustworthy ones. It's the trustworthy ones. They're the real ones you can't trust, okay? Because you never know whether they're gonna do something stupid. And he looks at Will and goes, all right, okay, I'm talking to you, stupid. And he fucking grabs the one sword, this one pirate chat, kicks his fucking ass into the lagoon, and he throws another sword at Will, who frees himself. And Moses is like, oh, fuck you. And then we get a wonderful action sequence all across the board, chat, of Jack versus Barbossa, as Will versus all the other pirates, chat. Elizabeth, she comes in and she starts fucking sword fighting too. Everyone's having a great goddamn time. Eventually, we get this duel between Barbossa and Jack, and they're going at it. And Barbossa's like, Jack, you can't fucking kill me. What are you doing? Jack's like, fuck that, I can. And he stabs Barbossa. He stabs Barbossa in the chest, in the tum-tum. And Barbossa's like, he takes out the sword, and he stabs Jack with it. I remember when I saw this in the theater for the first time, people went, when they saw Jack get stabbed, we were all shocked by it. And then Jack's like, and he steps back, and he's revealed in the moonlight, chat, to be skeletal. And Barbossa's like, holy fucking shit. And we see that Jack takes out one of the coins because he cursed himself on purpose. And he says, couldn't resist, mate. And Barbossa's like, fuck. And so they start fucking going at it, chat. And we get this wonderful choreography and wonderful CGI of them because the moonlight is coming through this cavern constantly. And so they go through the moonlight and they transform the skeletal forms and they transform into their human forms. It's so well choreographed. Just great. And then we see Will and Elizabeth, they're fighting all these pirates. We see, and this is a great scene because they put this giant, like a spear through these 3 pirates that they've been fighting. And it's the bomb guy from earlier in the movie, chat. And Will grabs one of his bombs and he puts it inside his rib cage, chat, and he kicks him out of the moonlight. And so when he tries to grab the bomb again, it's stuck inside him. He goes, "Oh no!" And he fucking explodes, chat, like a hot organ water balloon, all over the place. And meanwhile, we see that fucking duel between Jack and Barbossa. And Barbossa's like, "Are we just gonna fight, as immortals for all eternity until the end of time?" And Jack's like, "I got fucking nothing better to do. What you got to do?" And they keep dueling, they keep fucking dueling until eventually, Will, he runs up there with Elizabeth. He cuts his fucking hand. Jack cuts his fucking hand, and Jack he sees him. He throws the medallion. He throws the medallion at Will, and he fucking catches it. He catches it, and Jack takes out his pistol, goes boom, and he shoots Barbossa right in the chest. He's like, "You one shot, and that's what you did to me. I can't die, Sparrow. You can't kill me." And he goes, "You can't die yet." And then Barbossa, he looks at Will, and he drops the fucking coin. Barbossa turns around, and he goes, "Oh shit!" And the bloody coin with the person he murdered, Chad. They fucking murdered Bootstrap Bill. See, he betrayed. He was the one that it didn't sit right. It didn't sit right with the rest of the crew of the Black Pearl, or with Bootstrap Turner, what the crew of the Black Pearl did, and they fucking murdered him, chat. And that's what initiated the curse, right? And so they need the blood of the person who they betrayed, and that was the blood. And he drops it in there, chat, at that point. And Barbossa's like, "Oh fuck!" And he's like, "Oh!" And he rips open his chest and he sees that he's bleeding for the first time. All his blood got shot right in the goddamn heart, chat. And he goes, "I feel cold." And he drops down dead, chat. And an apple falls from his hand. He's like, "Ah." And Captain Barbossa's no more. And we cut out to the SS Derpy, chat. And all the pirates have turned human again. They're all like, "Oh, shit." And they're looking at the moon. They all drop their weapons, chat, because they can't believe that it's happened. Some of them do drop down dead. And we cut to Governor Swan, who's like, "Oh, the hand stopped, like, going after me." He opens the drawer. He's like, "Oh," because there's a 7, like, bloodied hand in there. And then eventually, we cut back to the cave, and Jack's like, "Whoa, we fucking did it, baby. We fucking did it. Hell yeah. Let's get going. Let's get going." It's like, "Let's take me to my ship. Take me to the Black Pearl." And as soon as they were out there with Elizabeth and, Legolas, the Black Pearl's gone. And they're like, "We're sorry, Jack. We're sorry." He's like, don't hold them against them. They did what they adhered to the code. And eventually, chat, we cut. It's many weeks, maybe it's days, weeks later, and we see that Captain Jack Sparrow, he's to be hanged, chat, be hanged from the neck until dead. At this point, Elizabeth Swan's in attendance, Governor Swan's in attendance, Commodore Norton's in attendance, overseeing the death of Captain Jack Sparrow, and fucking Will. Thank you for the 4 biddies, Harbo 1. If they didn't make the sequels, the water pressure would have killed Bootstrap now. Very much so. No question about it. Huzzah, huzzah, we did nothing, but we won. Wonder why Jack didn't die. Maybe too much time passed between the stab and the curse. I guess so. I guess they heal. I can only assume it keeps them alive. And they have like Wolverine healing powers. That's the only thing I can presume. It's a good question. It's a very good question, CDR. I mean, I guess it was just too soon for the bullet wound to heal. You just kind of got to go with it. But it's a fair point. It's a fair point. Maybe a flaw in the movie. I understand that. But, Orlando Bloom, he has a new fucking outfit. Chat looks very pirate-like. He's got a big fucking hat with a big old feather on. He's come to appeal to, Governor Swan and Commodore Norton, saying, "Hey, can we not kill Jack?" He's like, "Sorry, we got to kill fucking Jack." And he's like, "All right, well, fuck you too. Elizabeth, listen, I fucking love you. Let's make babies, all right? Let's make a lot of babies. Before we make the babies, I got to go ahead and save fucking Jack." They're like, "No, stop." And right before they're about to hang Jack, he does the sword trick he did last time. He throws the sword, and Jack lands on the fucking sword, and it's like, "Oh, shit." And fucking Will, He jumps up on there, Chad, beats the shit out of all the people there, frees Jack, and they team up, Chad. They're in sync. They're best buds now. They're best friends. And they're beating the shit out of all these British soldiers, Chad, the King's Royal Men, and they go to the same very precipice where Elizabeth fell off in the beginning of the movie. At this point, and Commodore Norrington is like, wow, god damn it, like, Will, of course you had to be a turncoat. Governor Swan, he gave you amnesty and you're throwing it back in his face. And you know, it's like, we have to kill Captain Jack Sparrow. And he's like, if you're gonna kill Jack, then you gotta kill me too. He's my fucking friend and he saved all your ass. If it wasn't for him, we'd all be fucking dead right now. And it's a good moment. It shows, I never liked the fact in the series that Jack and Will were always at bad terms of each other, like they hated each other. It's like, no, they're friends at the end of the movie. And I thought it was so stupid that they made them enemies again in Dead Man's Chest and At World's End. I never liked that. That was such a bad decision to go forward with that. They should have always been really good friends after that. But, you know, that's why this works as just a single, like, you don't need to watch the other movies. It's perfect. It encapsulates everything. And so at this point, and Commodore Norrington's like, fuck. It's like, God damn it, Will. But then Elizabeth says, and you got to do it to me, too. And Governor Swan's like, Elizabeth. He's like, yes, I won't let you hurt Jack, and I won't let you hurt the love of my life, William Turner. And Commodore Norrington's like, and he's like, God damn it. He's like, oh, I can't bring myself to hurt you. If that's the case, then I can't hurt William Turner either. Is this your choice? Is this your choice? You want to be with him? She goes, yes. And he goes, okay. I will give Commodore Norrington this chat. He's like, okay. You don't love me, and what you did for other reasons was not for me, for our love. You did it for him. He's like, he recognizes that and says, all right, let's not marry. We won't be happy together. Fine. You love him. You marry him. All right. You be in a loving relationship. And Jack's like, I love weddings. Drinks all around. He's just so happy at this. And he's like, but we're going to fucking kill you. He's like, no, wait, no. And he goes all the way to the precipice and he goes, let this be known as the day that you almost captured Captain Jack fuck. And he falls over the edge and boom, hits a rock and he dies. No, he's fine. And they're like, oh, look at that guy. Look, he's going to get captured again. He'll be straight back to the gallows. He comes up from the water, chat. And what does everyone see on the horizon? The fucking Black Pearl, born anew with wonderful clear white sails, like it's been rebirthed, chat. And Jackie sees us and he swims on over. And at this point, Orlando Bloom and Creighton Island, they're smooching, they're just making out at this point. Commodore Norton's like, oh, Jesus. And Governor Swan's like, you know what, in this case, I guess piracy was the thing that saved us all in the end of the day, which is kind of a shitty mindset, but okay, fair enough. And it's like, maybe the right thing to do is to just let sleeping dogs lie. Let's let sleeping dogs lie. And Commodore Norton's like, all right, he walks away, and all of his men are like, but sir, what about Captain Jack Sparrow? He's like, we'll give him a day's head start. How about that? And eventually Governor Swan's like, so you're going to marry a fucking blacksmith, huh? She goes, he's no blacksmith. He's a pirate. And they continue to have lustful smooches. Eventually, Jack, he's brought on board the Black Pearl. He's brought on board the Black Pearl. And you got Zoe Saldana. She hands him like the captain's coat. And it's like, here you go, Captain. Here's the wheel. And the whole crew is there, and, you know, they're all fucking, hey, Jack, and Mr. Gibbs, like, shakes Jack's hand and everything. And he's like, hey, take the wheel, Captain, take the wheel. And he takes the wheel, Chad. He's like, for the first time, he's captain of the ship, which he lost so many years ago, over a decade ago. And he's like taking a moment. Everyone's like smiling at him. He goes, oh, enough of this flattery. To your stations, love. Zoe Saldana, Mr. Gibbs, to your stations. And they're all like giving or barking orders. And of course, he opens his compass up, chat, which he later knows to his heart's desire, and he goes, yo ho, a pirate's life for me. Boom, and he closes it, Jay. He closes it, and bum 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 bum, and the whole Pirates of the Caribbean theme plays, chat. And that, my friends, is Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. I think an excellent action adventure film, chat. It was so much fun. Very few complaints about the movie. I guess it's a little, you know, it's prototypical romance between Orlando Bloom's character and Craig Knight's character. That's my only really big criticism of the film. Although, other than that, it's so much fun. Like, it's got a lot of great action scenes. The CGI holds up. Has some great performances, particularly from Johnny Depp and Jeffrey Rush as Captain Jack Sparrow and Captain Barbossa, respectively, Hector Barbossa, respectively. Yeah, I really don't have any big issues with this film. It's Yeah, I often compare it to something like the original Indiana Jones trilogy, chat, where it's just like, you know, it's just a wonderful, fun adventure. It can act as a standalone film in itself. Like, you do not need, I actually encourage you, if you've not seen the other movies, don't. Watch this film and you'll be satisfied, chat. The characters had their happy endings. Jack got his ship back. He had his crew, like he's doing the pirate lifestyle again. Like, you know, William Turner and Elizabeth, they got married. They had all the babies. They had a great time. You know, Commodore Norton continued to be creepy. It's perfect. It's so succinct that you don't need to watch anything else. And it stands alone as just a really, really just enjoyable movie. Honestly, chat, I was thinking like, oh, high full price in the DD scale, but kind of honestly watching this again and seeing how well it's holed up and just the wonderful production value, and the money is all there. The money's all there. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's a better than sex film for me, chat. I have to give Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, a better than sex. It's a wonderful film. Don't forget the after that, because there's an after credit scene. What's the after credit? I never knew there was an after credit scene. I've never seen it before. Is there? Yeah. Broadway Tone, it has been forever. Welcome back to the stream. I had no idea. Too Tall. Absolutely enjoyed the review, Chris, even though I don't remember half of that movie because I joined up being there. He's good. He's good. It's on Disney Plus. Shale the Pirates movie art. Watch this movie. It's really enjoyable. If you have Disney Plus, watch it. All right, everybody nods his mouth. Studio audience applause. Bum, 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 on. Thank you, Chad. Thank you. No, I'm glad you enjoyed the review. Yeah, this is a fun one. Is there an after credit scene? I didn't know that to this movie. I had no idea. Broadway Tone, glad to see you're still doing your thing. Yeah, bro. Oh no, Broadway Tone. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. No, I'm doing this full time now, Broadway Tone. This is my full time job. I'm on multiple platforms. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Patreon. I'm on OnlyFans. I'm doing everything. It has been a hot minute since I seen you here. Thank you. Cheers and salute to you. I can see where the monkey steals the coin. I've never seen that. Wow, I didn't know there was an after credits scene. I did not know. I've been watching this movie for 17 years, Chad. I never knew there was an after credits scene. Well, there you go. There's an after credits scene. Apparently, the monkey steals the goddamn coin. Also, Elizabeth beats the shit out of the monkey at one point, Chad. Kicks its little monkey ass. Yeah, that monkey was mean. It was a mean monkey, Chad. I don't feel sorry for the monkey at all. Nick Fury shows up. Here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative. He's like, the fuck you talking about? That'd be amazing. That'd be wonderful. Oh yeah, I think you could skip all of them. Like, other than the first one, you can skip all of them. I don't think they're worth watching. I mean, some people like the trilogy. I don't. That first movie is great. It's perfect as a standalone film. It works as Raiders of the Lost Ark is a standalone movie. Really, it works much the same way. You don't need to see any more of those adventures, and because they're not nearly as good. So, I think the fourth movie is better than the third one. It honestly probably is. Probably shorter. I think the third one was awful. I hated the third one. We had 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. I would say, fuck, I don't know. 1 by far. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 or maybe 4. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe 1, 4. See, I don't, man, there's something, I honestly, I don't like any of them other than the first one, chat. Like, I don't know. I don't like any of them. Just the first one is great. The first one is legitimately great. You don't need, I would say, fuck the other ones. They're either rentals or some old bullshits, in my opinion. This one is better than sex. I just thought the movie was so much fun. I was very happy to review it, by the way. Thinking about doing a full audio and video commentary for in the future. Broadway Tone coming back in there. Subscribing 5 months and a 1 month check. Broadway Tone, happy to have you back here. It has been a while, my friend. It's good to see you back. No, the streams have been getting better and better. No question about it. Audience continues to grow. I have the best chat on Twitch. As is known, that's a goddamn objective fact, chat. It's objective fact. So let's just set up for third. Yes, it's like I just remember that like those two films are connected. They were filmed back to back. I remember them being very long. A lot of them are set pieces, and I hated the fact that everyone hates each other in that movie. Like Will hates Jack. Elizabeth hates Jack. Like they're not, no one's a friend. No one's friends. I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm like, Dane Wright, you do Dane Wright. I think that was because like the end of the movie, like then they were all friends. Like Jack, Will Turner, and Elizabeth Swann, they're all good friends, or fucking Will and Elizabeth are fucking each other. But they like each other, and then that is all done away with in the second movie. It's like, what the fuck is this? That left a really bad taste in my mouth. In the third one, I don't want to get into it. I just don't like those movies. Roy started a career in cinematography. Nice. Been a busy year. Just DP'd and shot a movie with A$AP Rocky. I know A$AP Rocky. Wasn't he given clemency by Trump? I know him. No, good to see you, Broadway Tone. Happy to have you here. Thank you again for resubscribing. Good success. No, cheers. I'm going to cheers salute to you, man. May the winds of the was a feather your shaking pillows having as we speak to your success. 2 years back. He's saying, Rihanna, what? He said, no, I'm glad you enjoyed the review. Yeah, it was a fun review, chat. I knew this wouldn't be a long one. I knew this would be a very, very long review. Let's see here, chat. Should I do... Oh, my God. I mean, we're 3 hours in at this point. Maybe I should hold off on Infinity Train and just do that tomorrow along with the... what is it? Coming to America watch party. I think I'll just do that. I might do that, chat. I want to play this Outriders demo. I want enough time to play Outriders and then do some Jackbox with you. On the DVD, there's a feature that talks about all the pirate history. Cool. Too tall. I always remember playing the Lego Pirates Caribbean video game on the Wii. I never played that one. Sure, we can all agree the Pirates 2 and 3 were better than Gore Verbinski's other movie, The Lone Ranger. Yeah. No, Sonic. It might be Sonic tonight. We'll see. People have been asking me to play Outriders, so I want to check that out, but I might don the suit. I want to check out what this Outriders demo is like, chat. I will do, man, because we're at the 3 hour mark right now. I should have realized this will be a long review tonight. I will do Infinity Train episode 3 tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow, chat, along with Coming to America. I just want the suit. Well, if I don't play Sonic tonight, then I'll just wear the suit for multiplayer shenanigans. How about that? Would you like that?